Yes. Go live.
Never enough.
I liked it before you even went live.
I couldn't remember what we had done before we didn't go live, so that's why there's a ...
So, last session, the party made their way, or found themselves in the city of Zadash, having made their way to the city following the trail of Yotev, who has been kidnapped by a mysterious sort of faction that you are starting to do a little bit of research into. Following those lines of inquiry, you met with a Aarakocra by the name of Arenas, who gave you a little bit of a lead, but also asked for you to solve a situation that he's having in exchange for some extra information about this group that had kidnapped Yotev in the first place. After this conversation, we also saw as Cassandra met with her adoptive family, and you discovered there that there were some strange occurrences going on in the Trispire section of the city, as multiple different individuals were having a issue with someone breaking into their homes or places of business.
Goodness.
Business.
Business.
And causing a bit of a disturbance amongst the wealthy and nobility of the city. Afterwards, the party reconvened in the house of Pumat Sol in the Invulnerable Vagrant, as you attempted to assist in calming whatever was going on with this strange cursed artifact that he had picked up. And as promised, now that the combat has concluded and you all are standing around in the Invulnerable Vagrant once more, the weapon is now yours as a result. This strange item that has seemingly changed shape throughout the entire combat. This sword that doesn't seem to really hold a specific form is now still implanted into the ground around this circle, but is gone inert and is no longer shifting. It is stuck itself in a particular shape. So, with that, the 5 of you, what would you like to do?
Does it look like a sword, a katana, a scimitar?
At the current moment, it looks like a more or less a scimitar, but you get the sense that it would react to the person that wields it. So should one person decide, I would like to take this, it will change to fit what that person wants it to be. And of course, Pumat can provide that information as well. He understands the regular properties of the blade, but didn't fully understand the nature of this curse, and so needed your assistance. And now that the curse is gone, it's just the blade that is left behind.
Well, Jillian, you
Hey, Puma, do you want to identify that now that it's not cursed?
Sure. I'm already aware of what it does in general. But hold on. He sort of rolls up his sleeves a little bit and gets closer into it and begins to cast Identify one more time, just to see if anything has changed. As he, his eyes sort of glow and he stares down at it for a moment, he sort of nods his head and goes, it's strange sort of Feywild weapon. Seems to be able to change aspects of itself to suit the user. If you spend some time with it, you can make it change to any weapon, as long as you know how to use that weapon. And you can change it again. It just takes 10 minutes to do, in order to change it around. So if you pick a weapon and you don't end up liking it, you can always change it to another.
Killian, you.
But it also.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It also has a sort of a random feature to it. You can activate an ability on it, and it will change depending on. It'll do different things depending on what you end up rolling, I guess, each time.
Killian, you want to try to upgrade your smasher?
Can this be turned into a blunt weapon, or is it just a slashing weapon?
So I can tell you that the direct wording, because Pumat would know this, the direct wording is the form must be a melee weapon with which you are proficient. So it can be any type of melee weapon.
That would be an upgrade. What about you, Arnex?
I'm good. I like my soul-sucking katana.
Anyone else?
I don't use weapons.
What kind of random effects does it have, Pinwot?
He sort of pulls it out and lays it down in front of you and says, it has the ability to harness, at its current state, fire, cold, acid, or poison. But it also depends on how accustomed you are to the weapon. It seems like it may have other stuff that's able to. It seems like there's other types that it should be able to do, but it hasn't tamed those yet, almost. So strange, for sure.
I'm fine with you taking Killian.
Is
If-
Pimont offering it to us?
It is your reward for assisting in getting rid of the curse. Instead of paying you for it, he's just giving you the weapon.
I mean, if there's no objection,
I'm good.
No.
I'll reach out and grab the sword.
You pick it up and loft it. What kind of weapon would you want it to turn into?
It's definitely going to be turning into a maul of some sort.
All right.
No idea what it would look like, though. I don't know if I would be able to create my own maul out of it, or if it would just take on a specific kind of form.
As you pick it up, it changes in shape. The scimitar's handle extends down, and the blade itself almost liquefies and shifts into a solid hunk of raw metal. The end itself, one end looks almost rounded, as if it's a semicircle-esque shape on one end, and the other sort of tapers down to a fine point, giving it an almost meteorite-esque teardrop appearance to it. As you sort of lift it up, it feels a lot lighter than your current weapon, but as you swing it, it has the same sort of effort and power behind it, despite the fact that it is a much lighter sort of head overall.
A good masher there, Killian.
Yeah, I'll just kind of swing it around, not like big swings, just kind of, waving it around and feeling the weight and kind of adjusting to it. Is there somewhere I add this so I get a better understanding of it?
Yes. Give me one.
This feels interesting.
I bet it'll make a head go boop.
Anything to better help find Yotev. That's creepy as fuck. Didn't expect to turn and see that.
Alright. Working on Kenji.
Nice. Very fitting.
So if you let me double check that this is true before I say it. Pains. You should be able to see a item called the Extemporal Executioner in.
Oh.
Well, that sounds cool.
I do see it,
That's
yes.
Really cool.
Sounds hot as hell.
I like
Feisty.
this.
Why is it?
Does
so
my tent
spicy?
have a name?
I don't think so.
Which is 10?
Flophouse.
Flophouse.
I hate all of you.
It very much denotes what it does. It's
So I do need to be attuned to it, okay.
Camp Cassandra.
Because it just flops down.
Love you.
Must be
The limp
also-
noodle. I don't know.
The limp noodle.
Yeah.
The limp. The limp
The
noodle.
limp noodle.
Ooh, interesting.
Hey, Caleb.
Mm-hmm.
So I was thinking more about the Flamestoker staff.
Okay.
If you ignite something using the Firebolt cantrip, does it become non-magical flame?
If you
Like-
ignite something with the Firebolt cantrip,
Because it's
Yeah.
magic that sets it on fire, but then it's not like a persistent magical fire, right?
I'd say so, yeah.
I'd probably be interested in it while we're still here.
I'm always sus when you ask questions.
Ugh.
It's too bad we didn't get 600 freaking gold.
It was more than that. Anyway.
It was more than that.
Or those little dudes. Those would have been nice too, but is what it is.
This shit is wild.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm a little afraid, but it'll be fun.
You're giving me too much here, but I'm going to enjoy this.
As you as it sort of changes shape as well. It's weird, but there are. Actually, I'm gonna make an investigation check real quick for me.
Roll big.
I rolled a natural 3 for a 2 total.
Nope, never mind.
Because you lose.
Hell yeah. Big money. No whammies.
You got all whammy.
You know nothing.
We're not learning.
I'm just
shit
busy
today.
just waving it around, just like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Look at this cool sword. It's so pokey.
It's a mod.
It's a ball. I corrected myself.
I
Leave me
bet it'll
alone.
break a rock.
That being said, it is very late at night. So, Pumat, one of the Pumats sort of yawns a bit to himself, and the other one sort of starts taking off like the elements of the ritual and is starting to put stuff away. They all seem to kind of they're not kicking you out, but they are kind of like, all right, we're kind of wrapping up here.
The Burger King staff just mopping the floor.
All right.
Yeah, while you're still there.
Pumas. While the weapon is a nice gesture, I think a more permanent arrangement, such as discounts in the future, could could go a long way.
Sure. We're pretty good at remembering our friends and the people that have helped us out. I'm sure we can come to some sort of agreement. If you don't mind, roll a persuasion check for me. Just see how.
Persuasion. You don't want me to do that.
Of course I do.
That's
If
an
I ask for it.
18.
Fantastic.
Because I'm proficient in it, and it's my charisma.
You see that they sort of the main Pumat Prime seems to be pretty amenable to the idea, especially considering it does sort of feel like only one of you got a reward out of this. And sort of knowing Cassandra and knowing that you guys were willing to jump in and help someone that you've never met before, he seems pretty open to the idea of exploring the concept of a potential friends and family discount extending to the lot of you as friends.
And not just me.
Somewhere, Yotev is crying that he is not a part of this deal, but it's fine.
He's got money. He's fine.
You don't feel discount.
I'll make
Sorry.
sure that you don't.
With that said,
It's sure
Tumot,
that you don't.
All except for this fucking goblin.
I think we're gonna need every advantage we can take to help get our friend back. I think I would be interested in that staff you had.
Sure. He goes down and he collects the Flamestoker staff, holds it out to you, and with your new discount, I'm gonna go ahead and just call it a net, probably 10% off. So for items in the shop, so that would be a 90 gold instead of 100.
Because I only have 95 gold.
Fantastic.
Michael.
As Snooky bleeds the party dry.
That's the goal.
But see, it's still a win-win. They still make money off of
for
us.
sure. If you know that you're going to get a better deal here than other
Yes.
places,
You're
it
gonna
drives
come
you
back. That's the way it works.
Works that well.
I would be happy to.
I
have this
didn't
be a
ask
totally
for the sun
start.
and the moon. I asked for just,
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship.
Now,
There you go.
sponsorship is very different. You aren't representing the invulnerable vagrant, though. If and I
Yeah,
would say
branding.
that could be arranged, but seeing how well it went in Diastock with the brigade, I'm not holding my breath on any deals being struck anytime soon.
This guy is way cooler than Terry and Darrington.
Yeah, this was way better than tearing within that. Because, there was a whole battle and everything. Darrington just ran away.
Yeah.
It's a little
The most impressive thing was the robot.
Doty.
Doty.
No team.
How long does
Aw.
attunement take?
An hour normally.
Oh, okay.
Or it can be done as part of a rest, which you do have. It is like
You gotta go take a rest.
11-ish at night.
Is our strength reduction going to be reset on long rest?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, short or long rest.
Okay, cool.
I
Oh,
forgot.
no.
Yes, you've got a couple of people in the party who are a little bit more
Okay, good.
anemic than normal.
A lot.
A
As
good
a
thing this
result.
mall is lighter.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. What's your strength right now?
16. Down from 20.
Better than mine. I'm at 15 out of 20.
Oh my god.
Fantastic.
Rough.
Okay, we just
I
need to go
freaking
to
forgot
sleep.
that even happened.
Jesus.
Yeah, I got sent to another dimension.
Yeah, you did. That was fun.
That was
Gone for
fun.
2 sessions.
Ryan's like, what
and-
did I miss?
Yeah.
What
wild
did I
shit
miss?
happens with Pumat. Pumat's a party.
We
That's
love
why I
you,
like.
Ryan.
That's why I like it.
Yeah.
This is gonna be awesome. And then if we
Yeah.
can, if there is a deal for sponsorship, hey, because I'm going places, baby.
Umat's rejects.
yeah, jail is for sure a place, and I do. foresee you
Wow.
Um,
Wow. I have
but
not
at
even
any rate-
committed a single murder.
Yet.
We're going to Exandria's Alcatraz.
Um,
Session
God.
73. Actually, less than that.
would
It'll be
a
like
fun
40.
encounter, wouldn't it? Huh?
Can I? Before we go, can I ask?
I'm sorry, everybody.
Pumat how long it would take to make a bag of holding?
The bags of holding are pretty common and typically very on demand. So we're always either making or getting ready to make a new one. We've got the materials for it, but it'll take a good probably day and a half's work. But considering
What-
you guys have been very
what's the
good
price?
friends to us, we can sort of expedite it. I can get 2, 3, and 4 on it, and we'll have it done by tomorrow night if you're interested.
How much?
How much would it cost?
That's a wonderful question.
I have to go do math.
It'll cost exactly 1 arm and 1 leg.
I have 2 of each of those.
But if I find a goblin, I'll cut them the fuck off.
The paladin dies first. Got it.
Sorry, but any small-sized creature, the arms and legs are worth less because it's less mass. So it'd be 2 arms and 2 legs for that.
Fine, I still have a body. I need to learn how to levitate.
I guess I technically don't need those limbs as an armor artificer.
Oh boy.
That's such a dark.
Yeah, See, Kenji with no arms and no legs wouldn't be near as scary, but then his head would just be rotating, right?
Kenji also doesn't need arms and legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll grow back. Don't
We
worry.
We just changed his name to Matt.
He'll go from being a little boy to a little
Or
spider.
Art,
He'll
we can
look
just hang him on
thing
the
from
wall,
fucking
call him
Toy
Art.
Story.
Yes.
Lay him in front of a door, Matt.
So bag of holdings typically are 500 gold.
Okay.
With
Okay.
the discount, you're looking at a clean 450.
450. I got 200.
Can I prepay for it now and pick it up tomorrow?
Sure. Yeah, that'd be great actually, just to clear the
Yeah.
books and make it so that you can just walk in and take it.
I will reach in to my mouth where most of the stuff has been stored and like reach around a little bit and then pull out this patch and I will put it down. And when I pull my hand up, a silver coffer will be there. And I'll just take the 50 gold back.
He sort of stares at you as you do this, and Pumat is one of the few people that you have run into that doesn't really look at you and immediately think that's creepy as fuck. It's more of he looks at you and he thinks that's interesting and I want to know how it works. His initial thought was that you were more of a magic item or a weird combination of spells on an item that makes you function. And the more that you've interacted with him, the more intrigued he's gotten. He sees you less as a thing to be feared and more of a thing that would be fun or interesting to study and understand. And it's at this moment where that's starting to make a little bit of a shift, as he's sort of concerned by the way that you've conducted yourself up until this point, and are sort of, it's not a normal arm into the mouth. The arm sinks in and just sort of keeps going. It's
Into like an
almost-
impossible angle.
Yeah, it's almost up to your elbow before you pull out the patch. As you slap it down, he just sort of stares at you a little bit, but accepts the gold because the gold is still good. It marks something down in a ledger, and the 3 other Pumats all sort of nod in like an acknowledgement of that's our project for tomorrow, is to make the ring or make the bag.
Did I notice the look?
You definitely notice that he gave a weird look. If you'd like to make an insight check about it to see if you understand the look a little bit better than my description, go ahead.
Would I understand like
Absolutely.
what you just
Go ahead and
okay.
roll.
Yeah, I don't.
The thing that I verbalized, you all saw and understand, but if you want more information, you can roll for it.
So
I got a deuce.
in his head
Deuce.
then, if he's shown interest and he's been nice so far,
Mhm.
later if we have time, if you want to play around and find out more, you can.
I don't know if you mean there was. I'd like to ask for some clarification because
I'll give
There
you a
was
little
a-
tip, Umat. You may not want to ask a clarifying question because I've seen some shit, and I'm just gonna say that Kenji is he's Kenji, and we're gonna keep it that way and hope it doesn't get any worse.
well, the question I had was more about I had this adventuring group come in not too long ago, and they used a similar phrase, but it wasn't quite what you had said. They talked about fucking around and finding out, and I learned that that was not a good thing. If that's what you're asking, I think I'll pass. But if there's something else,
No, you seemed interested in how I was made.
pardon my Zemnian, by the way.
No, fucking around and finding out. I love it. No, you seemed interested in me, and you've been nice so far. So if you wanted to find out more at a later date when we're not busy, I can probably
Sure.
help you.
I suppose, especially if you've got things that you don't know, questions, I can see if I can figure something out.
I'm just
know-
gonna shake my head.
I just
No,
know
He does kind of he clocks that, or at least one of them does, because Pumat has eyes everywhere because there's 4 of him. One of them clocks the like shaking the head, and you see just like a little bead of sweat of like nervousness of like I don't know what you know, but I don't know that I want to either.
I just
You don't. You don't.
I just know right now that I want to help people.
Yeah.
That's it's a very noble goal of you.
When we come back, we'll have a talk.
Sounds great. We're gonna have to go ahead and retire for the night, but it's been a wonderful help to have you all here. Thank you.
I'll mount Kenji back on the shield and we'll go.
As you make your way out, eventually finding yourselves a place to rest for the night, you can all go ahead and mark off a long rest.
Yay.
Going to the different locations that I think last session, most of you had found a place to stay, and then Cassandra had found a little bit nicer of a place to stay with her family. So she's going to be off there doing that. In the
Yep.
meantime,
We got our strength back, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Go ahead and mark that back.
Everything should be reset to whatever normal.
In the meantime,
Dude, I didn't realize I was down 38 hit points. Holy crap.
Yotev,
Oh,
we cut over
Be right
to
back.
a much less hospitable part of Zadash. As Yotev, you find yourself waking up from a rough couple hours of sleep, your head pounding, your mouth dry, your wrists aching from the knots that they are in as they are tied behind your back. This is the first time that you've been out of your little confinement for a while. As your eyes focus to the low-lit interior, your dark vision kicking in and allowing you to scan the room around you. You're not sure exactly where you are, but wherever it is a stone room, cobblestone floor, stone walls, and the ceiling above looks to be made out of wood. You get the sense of some kind of cellar, maybe, of some kind. And as you look around, the air is wet. The stone has a dew on it, and you can smell mildew from the bits of rope and wood and other elements of vegetable matter that are around in the room around you. And as you shift a little bit, you pause as part of your shifting, a chain rattles, and you immediately stop to make sure that you're not about to alert anyone that you're awake. As you do, that's when you sort of look down and you notice that there is a massive chain bolted into the wall, and following it down, your hands are tied around your back, and the chain comes up to a clasp around your neck. As you sit down there, you give it just sort of a slight look around. Make a perception check for me.
Let's do it. Not party. There we go. I want to do this. Perception. It's a 9.
9. The only thing that you really notice as you give this cursory look around, and you're a bit disoriented. It's been a long time, and you haven't really seen the sun since Diastock. So as you're
Not a
giving,
lot of
like,
food
this-
or water either, so
Not really. You've gotten enough to
Yeah.
survive, but also it was very intentional that you didn't get a lot so that you weren't at your best. So as you're looking around, the only thing that you really notice of note in the room is that the backpack that your assailant has been carrying on them, as well as what looks to be a bedroll and maybe something else, is the I'm sorry, I totally blanked. I got distracted by something. ADHD. Besides the backpack, there is a couple of other elements of their gear that they've been
Okay.
carrying with them off of a cursory glance, but that is fully across the room from you. So you'd have
Okay.
to somehow get this off of your neck in order to get to it.
okay. About how
along
long
with
is that
it-
chain to the wall?
You give a glance, it looks to be about 10-ish feet, maybe a little less.
Okay.
But the length of the room is easily about 30 feet.
Okay. And what am I wearing?
You have the base armor on,
Interesting.
but you've got your as far as your weapons go, your
Yeah.
weapons have been stripped from you. Your base armor's
Okay.
still there, but a lot of the stuff that looked more technical has been taken off. So
Oh,
like the
shit.
mounted flamethrower for your
Firebolt.
firebolt has been removed and things like that.
Okay.
And
Oh, okay.
specifically, you don't see any of that in the room with you.
Okay. Interesting. What kind of because you were saying it's like the room is mildewy and there's like some sort of like vegetation type smell
Mhm.
in there. Is there like anything in particular on the ground, or even any like and also even any like seeps of light coming in through the wooden ceiling
Mhm.
or walls?
I'm debating on whether I make you roll another perception check or not, because a 9 is rough. You'll know very quickly that there is no light coming from the boards above, but you do see
Okay.
these sort of thin seams going through, where if light were to exist above, it would easily shine through those.
Mm-hmm.
So through those little seams and cracks, you don't see light, but that's at least in and of itself a piece of information that there is no light above you at all. Otherwise, it would have been easily seen. Also, why your dark vision had to kick in a second
not,
after
like-
sort of blinking in order to adjust to the light.
Okay.
As for other markings, you're looking around, and unfortunately, I think with a 9, there's not much you can see.
Yeah.
I will give you this. the room, you don't hear anything coming from above you in the room above. And that in itself is another piece of information. This entire time that you've been sitting here, you have not, it's been maybe a good 5 minutes at this point, is you're just sort of like assessing your situation, assessing your armor for like your belongings, you're looking around the room and checking things. And in that about 5 minute span, you have not heard nor seen hide or hair of your captor.
Okay. And I guess last thing that Yotev is kind of look at is the chain that he has that's attached to him. Based on what he sees like from the wall, 'cause he can't see below his neck. Can he tell if it's like a magical lock or there's magic on it at all?
Make either an Arcana or a investigation check.
I will make an Arcana check. 17.
17. So, you are a small creature, categorized small. And this is definitely built to be something that could fit or for either a small or a large. So it is a little loose, but it's still where it won't fit over your head.
Over my head.
You're not able to like duck your chin in enough to get in or squeeze it out. So it is loose enough for you to be able to slowly turn it a little bit and investigate. The lock is on the front where the teeth clamp. It sort of has this strange from that investigation, you can tell that the way that the lock works is there are teeth on the inside of where the two metal pieces connect that link the two sides in together, and then a key-like mechanism then is used to be inserted and turn something on the interior that causes a some sort of latch or bar to twist and latch onto those teeth to keep them from being slid back out.
Okay.
So you kind of get a general sense of how that works. Nothing about it seems to be
Magical?
arcane in nature. But since you did go get a 17, you do sort of twist it around, and you can tell as the links go down. Not only is this mundane, it's not super well made either. There are some of these chains with enough oomph or the right leverage, you may be able to break one of these links. You'll still have this around your neck, but you could detach yourself from the wall if you did it, if you were clever.
Don't want to make a whole lot of noise. It's like the main thing right now. I look at this really. A question about how teleporting works, particularly with like Misty Step. Is it audible when something disappears and reappears into a different space?
So it is it does have verbal components, which does mean that you will have to vocalize at least a little bit. You can make it quiet as you can. I would probably have you roll either probably in this case, probably like a stealth check to
okay.
Or performance maybe, performance would work as well. But something to just make it to where you're not being super loud with your vocal components. Your biggest concern that you have as far as making noise is, you know that as far as teleportation is concerned, everything you wear is teleported with you. Technically, it's hard to say how this chain would work. You know that the bindings would go with you. The chain, you're not sure, but if it doesn't, that's gonna clatter to the ground on this stone floor, and it's gonna be loud.
That's gonna be really loud. And you said the bolts on the wall for the chain. That looks shoddily made, or is it like the chain itself looks kind of like
there are
shoddy?
links in the chain that
not
necessarily shoddy, but old, and
They're
don't
old
seem
and
to have been kept up very well. You get the sense that you could either attempt to take the link that's been cut in half and welded to the collar. You may be able to leverage that off, or there's a couple of chains where if you were to find something to stick in there and twist, or just put enough power behind it, you may be able to snap one of those chain links. So it's the link itself, not necessarily the wall. Though maybe
And-
there's something there with the wall too. If you had some level of acid for the stone or something, you could potentially do that there.
Yeah. With all of my spell like things probably being removed from my armor, it's gonna be a lot harder to do any kind of casting in this state. And from my investigation, I'm assuming it's still pretty quiet up top.
It is.
From what he can tell. Okay. What's this? That doesn't really work in this instance. That'd be really loud. Yeah, I think Yotev is gonna try and see if he can find try to leverage and see if he can like break one of the links in the chain, while making sure he has like a grip on both ends of it, so that the chain itself doesn't like fall or collapse or make too much of a rattle. If anything, it's like it would almost sound, the idea is that he's thinking that if it does make any sound, it sounds like he's just kind of like stirred or rolled over or something, or fell.
So you have a couple of pieces of metal on your armor that are like elements of the attachments of where you would link the flamethrower piece to your arm, or other things like that you can easily remove and potentially use if you'd like to attempt to. So you've got these like small rods that are used to hold and link the flamethrower in, or pieces where the acid from one of your other spells is housed and chambered in part of like the breastplate to feed out. So you've got these a lot of small bits and pieces to your armor that you're able to remove and go out. So as you stick it in, go ahead and make a strength check for me.
Okay. I'm just double checking my Thunder Gauntlet stuff. More details. Each of your armor ability gauntlets, simple melee. Okay, no, it doesn't say that I can use like my intelligence over strength for things like that. At least to my understanding of how my features work. Just taking a quick look.
Let me go double check, make sure.
Yeah. Do.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll make a strength check. Fingies crossed. Ugh.
You go and you start to do that. As you're fiddling with the chains, I need you to make a stealth check or a sleight of hand check to try to keep this quiet.
Okay. They're the same, so. Whew.
Okay.
That's a 20.
While you don't get the chain to break, you are able to sort of prevent yourself from making any loud noises. Here's what I'll say. You've got, there are two options I'd say are open to you. Either finding a new way, or if you'd like to try this again, you can. But in order to allow for a reroll, I would ask that this is something where you've got to drop all semblance of stealth and just...
Yeah, he's got to just go for it. Yotev's gonna like ponder over this for a minute, letting his big brain see if he can think of a new way. He's got about his. You said his hands and feet are bound, or is it just like his
Your
hands
feet
are
are free.
bound? Feet are free.
Your hands are tied
Hands are
behind your back,
behind your
and you've got
back.
that thing around your neck.
Okay, yeah. He's gonna like see if he can like feel his way, see if there's something. Hmm. This is tough now. I've rolled so bad on these.
Let the goblin cook.
He's gonna see if he can find anything to get some leverage on it. To maybe see if he could do that. To still try to
Okay.
keep it. Yeah.
To try again with and dropping the attempt on stealth, or
Yeah, we're gonna try to drop the attempt on stealth because he's got like nothing on him right now that he can really do.
If you'd like to go ahead and roll again for your strength check,
Come on, baby.
or
Just
if you
do
have proficiency in athletics, go ahead and do athletics as well.
Nope. He's all brains. He's no brawn.
That's fair.
7.
It is better,
It's
though
better.
you do get a little bit of chain rattling. As it rattles and shakes, you pause for a minute afterwards, sort of flinching, hoping that it's not, you weren't heard. You wait for a moment. Another beat. And a third beat. And no one seems to be coming. No one seems to have been alerted to your noise. So while you haven't been super quiet, it does seem like you may not be monitored at the current moment, which could
Okay.
loosen some of your ideas a little bit.
Yeah, it could help him out a little bit more in this. All right. Blah, 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 blah. What do we have? Think, Yotev. Think. You've got the big brain. You're the smartest man in the world. You can get out of this. You just have a very dumb player controlling you. I think if he's not worried necessarily about someone coming in, or if he feels like he's not being monitored, Yotev is going to make an attempt to Misty Step out of his chain link.
Okay.
Towards next to where the bags are of like his captor's things.
You take a breath, listen one more time to see if anything's changed, and with the understanding that it hasn't, you Misty Step. And as it does, you hear a clang behind you, and you sort of tense up a bit, standing next to it. Make a perception check.
Fuck me. Oh, that's persuasion. Wrong skill. 19.
19. You pause, and it is, maybe it's the adrenaline, maybe it's the fact that you've got blood pounding in your ears, but you don't hear anything right now. And after a beat, no one showed up, no one's knocking down any doors, no one's breaking in, so at the very least, you've got a couple of seconds still to act. What would you like to do?
All right. The bindings on his wrist, they're like a rope or like a leather. Yeah, they're like a rope. All right. The bag, Yotev is gonna go over to the bag and like kind of like work his way to like seeing the things like what is it like attached to like their stuff that's there,
Yeah.
or the stuff that's across the room.
Exterior of the bag, you have this things that you would picture are there. You've got like the bedroll strapped to the bottom of it. On
Right.
the sides are a couple of pouches. You're able to sort of push it over real quick, and some of the content spills out. Inside there is a pouch rolls out, a book rolls out, a bottle with some sort of liquid inside rolls out, and last but not least, a large compartment on the side seems to fall open, and in that compartment you see the hilt of some sort of weapon.
Cool. Yotev's gonna like pull the weapon and see what that is. If it's a dagger or blade of some kind, he's gonna use the blade to try to cut his bindings free.
You pull it out, and it seems like a weird type of blade. It has there's a handle to it and a long, thin piece of metal, and there's only a blade about that long on the end. For it. It's a very strange make, but it's a blade and it's sharp. So you go and you start to get to work. As you're cutting through, the first strands begin to fray. And with a 19, you hear a creak above you, and you start to saw faster. Getting the way through, you cut yourself free. You have this little dagger. There's a potion, a bag, a book, and a couple of other things of minor note, just stuff that you would expect to people who travel a lot to have on their person. Things like a cup or raw materials for camping, things like that. Nothing really of note besides those 3 items that are left.
Okay, cool. He's gonna hold on to the knife,
Mhm.
And try to put the bag back as best he can to where it was.
Mhm.
Keep the bindings held onto him, and lean back up against the wall where the chain was, and kind of like stick it over his or stick it somewhere where it looks like it's still like on him. He's just kind of gonna sit back in that spot.
Interesting. Make it a deception check.
Okay. Deception.
So I just make you roll everything under the sun.
Yeah. Oh, come on! So
Um,
bad. He's so tired.
you go and you sort of quickly slump over, and the problem is that you're really having a hard time to wrap this thing around you in a way that looks realistic.
Yeah.
You wait for a beat, your heart pounding in your chest, as light turns on above. You hear a couple more creaks. You sit there silently. The creaks make their way across the room above you. You hear a rustling, what sounds like a creaking noise, followed by a few moments of silence before there's a slam. The noise of feet walk back across the room. The light goes out, and silence fills the room again. You sit there, your heart pounding in your chest. You still hear the thrum of the blood.
Mm-hmm.
There's just a beat in your ears. But no one seems to have
Come down.
Someone's definitely here. Someone was up there.
And none of my stuff is down here. All of it.
From
Yeah,
your
that I
music.
can. Yeah. All right. Yotev is going to place the chain back down slowly,
Mhm.
and try to see if he can find any semblance of his belongings in the room that he's in.
Make an investigation check.
11.
You go back through. You're opening up boxes. There are these crates full of hay, and immediately as you open it, you get that sort of vegetation-esque smell, as it is hay that has gotten wet and started to just sort of get really nasty of sitting here for so long. And as that sort of hits you, you push back some of it, and none of your stuff seems to be in there, but you do see what appears to be these large glass balls about a good foot in diameter. See-through glass, not like a colored tint to it. And as you pick it up, or at least sort of uncover it, there appears to be a large bit of this very bright green liquid inside that you can't
Hmm.
replace.
Interesting. Yosef's gonna go back to the original bag that he found the knife in, and he's gonna look through that book that's in there, see if he can like read through some of that book.
You take that out and you start flipping through, and immediately you start to recognize that this is some sort of personalized journal. You see writing of an individual talking about a new job that they've received, heading towards Diastok, capturing a goblin by the name of Yotev Ironstarf. It talks about the purpose for going, the fact that they will be traveling with a half-orc by the name of Kren, and it also mentions, funnily enough, your debt on there, the amount that it is, and it seems to have only gotten greater as the time has progressed. At this point, it is almost doubled.
Fuck. Okay.
You flip to another page.
Yeah.
You keep reading.
Mm-hmm.
And the next entry talks about how they've arrived in Diastok, sent out flyers, something fishy about the Darrington Brigade. They seemed almost nervous or didn't want to talk about this person. We need to investigate further. It then talks about taking the form of a member of the Darrington Brigade that they've encountered in the past. You know that the person that you've faced, they changed their face. Talks about how when they've appeared as an individual within the guild that they know does not talk very much. It's very known to be quite silent, and made it all the easier to sit in the back and watch and wait. And lo and behold, it talks about a goblin coming in along with a group of adventurers. And it talks about hiring a young kid to tail them to find where they've been staying. It talks about hiring the child to mark the place so that they can, so that Kren can use his ability to hunt them down. It talks about how eventually that plan went to shit and Kren got himself killed. It talks about capturing the target regardless, but how they're in a bit of a rough spot at the moment, as Kren was supposed to be their way out easily, and now that he's dead, they've got to cove it by foot. And the last couple of notes says, there's been a change of plan. I'm supposed to stay within Zadash. Something about meeting with a contact from Hupperduke. Said that this stuff, apparently my reports have shown that the stuff that the goblin is carrying with him may be used to pay off some of his debts. It talks about a man that you're familiar with in Hupperduke. Someone who is always looking for new inventions to that may not be working or may not be perfected to buy up and to perfect or improve, or sometimes not even change at all and just sell to the masses. There's a man by the name of Danian Decan that is a known sort of purchaser of the odd invention, and if it's not useful in its current state, maybe it could be used to be combined with another invention we have and pushed out. But it seems that this Danian is very interested in some of the bits and bobs and pieces that you've invented, and maybe willing to purchase some of them in exchange for paying off some of that debt that you owe.
It's going through. In the journal itself, is it are the pages dated by any chance?
It doesn't seem to be dated, but each one does seem to be a different day. So as you flip through, there doesn't seem to be a lot of like repetition of entries on the same day. Whoever's writing this is very methodical, very laid out. Make an insight check for me.
Oh, nope.
Hmm.
Can't figure it out.
God damn. It's fine.
He just wanted to know how long he's been out for. That's all he
doing
wants
the
to
math,
know.
it seems like it's been about 3 days.
Okay. Okay, 3 days. From Diastock to Zizadash, where we're at.
That's correct.
Okay. Not the worst. What was in the bottle?
The
That was
bottle, it seems to be some kind of potion.
okay. I'm assuming I don't know what kind of potion it is, or I can't quite tell without further
You
checking.
can either make an Arcana check or take a sip.
I'm gonna take an Arcana check for that.
Alright, go for it.
18.
18. You pick it up and you look it over. It is it does take a hot minute for you to figure this out. This is a potion that is not common, as its ingredients are incredibly difficult to find and quite deadly overall to come across. But as you pick it up and look it around, it looks to be a potion of possibility. A clear liquid that has these little motes inside. If you would know that if you drink the potion, sorry, I'm just gonna read it out. When you drink this clear potion, you gain 2 fragments of possibility, each of which looks like a tiny grayish bead of energy that follows you around, staying within a foot of you at all times, and each fragment lasts for 8 hours or until used. When you make an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, you can expend your fragment to roll an additional d20 and choose which of the d20s to use. Alternatively, when an attack roll is made against you, you can expend your fragment to roll a d20 and choose which of the 2 d20s to roll. Once you've rolled the one that you rolled or the one the attacker has already rolled. So effectively, on ability checks, saving throws, or attack rolls,
Get
you have
advantage.
a reroll option.
Yeah. Okay.
It does create 2 for drinking it.
Cool. Yotev's gonna put the things back in the bag. I think he's gonna hold on to the potion right now.
Okay.
And how big were the canisters of the green stuff?
The glass sphere, and it does seem to be a solid thing of glass. Like there's no cork, there's no seal, there's no top to it. It's just a perfectly solid piece of glass, but it's about a foot in diameter.
Okay. Would it fit in the bag that's there,
Not
or could it get strapped
easily.
to it?
You could remove a bunch of that stuff, or you could easily strap it on.
Yotev
easily.
would strap
You're
on.
smart enough.
Yeah, he's gonna strap it on to the bag. And he's gonna put the bag on him. And there's stairs that are leading up, right?
In the back corner, there seems to be a door that is currently closed.
Okay. Okay. And just so that I'm aware of what things I have access to, I guess now, do I not have access to like any of my spells right now? Like as my like bits and pieces of my armor have been torn away, or
So the way that I would say that this will work is your tools, your smithing tools, count as your focus for your spells.
okay,
Any spell that requires a material component, you cannot cast
okay,
without those back.
got it. Sounds good. And the Thunder Gauntlets are specifically attached to the armor, so I could use those if I needed to fight. Just trying to get a better understanding of like what it like defenses I have available to me.
So those gauntlets, you sort of investigate them a little bit closer now that you've got your hands back around. As you move around, one of your gauntlets is completely destroyed. Someone has taken it off of your person and attempted to understand what it was, and it got broken in the process, and it's missing about half of the components necessary to make it function. Not only is it broken, they've left part of it behind. This other one, it's in bad shape, but if you get your tools, you can fix it.
Repair it. Okay. Okay. So eventually I'll have to get my tools and fix everything. God, it's gonna take forever.
I love this
Um,
like Tom Clancy super spy shit that's going on right now.
Yeah, it's great. There's not a whole lot left right now. Yotev is gonna check to see if the door is locked from the inside.
You go over, and the door doesn't seem to have a handle.
Oh, just
It
kind of
seems
push.
Yeah, so as you push, it does open a little bit.
There's a creak.
It's a slight creak, but it's not super bad. You take a step back, and you're smart enough. You know how
Doors work.
beyond doors, you know how mechanics work. You sort of take a step back. You can tell that the reason why it's creaking is it's tilted a little bit. If you just lift it up and open, it should be fine.
Cool. Yotev is gonna do that.
Okay. Lift it up. You push the door open, and as it swings open, a trip is knocked, and the sound of bells begin to chime, arcane and magical in nature, as an alarm spell is set off.
Fuck.
Down the hall, you see that the hall stretches maybe a good 20 feet. It has a turn off to the right and a ladder that extends up to the ceiling. The light behind you, above in the room that you're still in, turns on, and you hear a loud yell come from above. I'm gonna cut back over to everyone else. As Yotev is struggling somewhere within the city, the rest of you are making your way back to your have just made your finished with your long rest. You're waking up in that morning. Yotev, by the way, if you had anything that was missing from the session before when you left, make sure to get that back, but expend anything you used in that little section, which I think was just Misty Step.
No, yeah, I think that was it. Everything else I think I already had.
Perfect. So this is that same morning as Yotev has stirred in his wherever he is. The rest of you wake up from your long rest feeling much better. What is y'all's plan for the day?
You may talk now.
So we know that if we help clear out some sort of infestation, we can get information on where Yotev might be.
Yes. Information on the group that had kidnapped him and where they may be located.
But then aren't we also gonna look into the robberies or whatever as well? The break-ins or muggings or
That's
they're not
another option.
they're two separate things, right?
They are two separate things, yes.
So what do we want to do? Find Yotev because that's what we're here for.
Yeah, I think getting the information on Yotev is the most important thing right now.
We'll have to head to the sleight of hand location in the lower half of the city. And we have that porcelain token, right? That he gave us.
Yes.
Okay, so hang on to that and head over to where he mentioned that we needed to be.
As you collect yourselves together and begin making your way to the southern half of the city, you find yourself outside of a pretty large-looking warehouse of sorts that is starting to fall in a bit of disarray. The exterior of it is stone for the first probably 3 to 4 feet, and then from there it turns into a brick that is wrapped around the entirety of the top section. And the building itself has instead of a roof that is sort of an A shape. It is one horizontal line that goes up and attaches to the building next to it, that continues up a little bit and then cuts over into a sort of a plateau. So the building of it is just this straight diagonal line for the rain to sort of crawl off of. And up in that section where the roof would be, and this is the actual roof of it, there is a window there that you're able to see has these faded red curtains that look to be a little tattered and old, moth-eaten even. So very much not been taken care of in a minute. But there does seem to be an extra space up on the top as well.
Did we happen to hear any alarm bells going off when we approached this warehouse?
You did not hear any alarm bells.
Wonder.
That's
Happen
an
to hear
above
anything.
board question.
Sorry,
Good
did we
question.
hear anything? Did we notice anything upon approaching this? That is the proper question to ask, correct?
Make some perception checks for me.
I want to get on this check.
Okay.
I got
Absolutely.
a 15.
I'm cooking.
Nat 20 for 25.
Jesus
25.
Damn.
Christ.
The two of
Let's
you
go.
are a lot more cautious as you approach, knowing that this is supposed to be an unsafe area. We'll say that Varnax, as you make your way over, you do notice that there are a couple of footprints, what looks like streaks of mud, on the post that are still a little wet, not fully dried. Someone's been through here very recently, at least within the last 12 hours. That's the first thing that you notice with your perception check.
Okay.
With the natural 20, 25, Killian, you are looking around, waiting for something. You kept a little bit back. You watched the streets. You watched Varnax approach. You listen for the sounds of the city, the sounds of anything. You're not hearing anything. You don't see anything on the streets that are putting you off. You don't see anything besides Varnax sort of pointing down and silently gesturing that there are streaks of mud. You do see up in that top window, that curtain shifts. As if something caused it to stir and move. Just the briefest of seconds, but you're able to catch it before it slowly comes back to a slow stop from its swaying.
Someone knows we are here. And I'll point to the location where I saw the movement. How far away is that?
That is, the bottom floor would be about 20 feet tall because it's a warehouse. So that one would be a good 25 feet up to the window, probably.
Toss me up. I can make it.
About 40 feet up there then? 45?
No, 25 to the window.
Oh, okay.
From the, that's up onto a second floor. That first floor is about 20 feet tall, and then it's 5 feet from that floor to the, about that window.
And this was the location that we were sent to?
This is the warehouse that you were told, you needed to assist, or you were asked to assist, with the issues that they've been having.
Oh, this is the infestation, not the
Yeah.
the sleight of hand or whatever. All right.
Well, the sleight of hand is what is infected. But correct me if I'm wrong. He told us that the basement was infected, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Are there any kind of entrances on the first floor?
There is a front door that Varnex has gone up to, and that's where he noticed the muddy prints, basically like right next to that, the wood leading into that doorway.
Are there any other entrances? He says the warehouse, so is there any like kind of loading bay entrance as well?
There may be one on the other side, but you have to go around to look if you'd like to go ahead and do so.
Yeah, I'll take a quick walk just around the side. I'll stay within the group's view and just kind of see what else is available.
You quickly start to make your way around. It is pretty narrow going through these. You kind of have to side shuffle through to get through the two buildings. But as you wrap around, there is a large sort of loading door. Those two doors, it seems like you've found sort of the back end almost. That loading door in what would be the front, opening up to the main city. The loading door is currently has a bunch of things marking it off as blocked off. Specifically, there are a couple of chains wrapped around the front to make sure no one gets in. And the door itself seems to have been down for quite some time, as the hinges of it look to be a little bit rough. Trying to give a little bit of extra information for the natural 20. You could get this open pretty easily if you either picked or smashed the lock and opened it. Smashing it would be loud, but even if you picked it, opening this would be loud because of all the sort of stuck mechanics of this door.
Well, I will go back to the group and let them know what I just saw on that side. Did he mention if there would be staff for this sleight of hand location that we could expect here?
He did not.
Well, would he try knocking? Or do we just go in?
We're here to help. I think we should knock.
Anyone else? Genji, you got a thought?
I'm down to knock.
I'll go up and knock on the door.
Okay. You go up and you knock. Just a moment of quiet silence. No one seems to come to the door.
I'll bang on the door.
While he's
Fully
doing
just bang.
While he's doing that, I'm going to cast Detect Thoughts. And it's a really cool thing that I'm going to do is I can use the spell to detect the presence of any thinking creatures I can't see if they're within 30 feet of me.
Okay. You cast the spell. As of right now, where you're at, you do not sense anyone that you cannot see. You can't sense anyone outside of your party.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, and I will inform Varnex, if we get inside, I can tell how many people are within 30 feet of us.
All right, I look back and I say, all right, I'm going to enter. If it's unlocked, if not, I'm just going to smash the door open.
I'm going to stop you before you get to the door. Knowing that something looked at us, I'm going to take that porcelain token that we got from Arenas and just kind of hold it up towards that location I saw somebody at and just see if there's any response from that.
Okay. You go back and you hold it up. I'll keep the check a little bit longer, and you don't seem to see any change or view from back here. Whatever or whoever was in that window is no longer there.
All right, is the door locked?
You go. The door does seem to be locked, yeah.
No, kick it in.
All right, go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics or strength?
Just
athletics.
blast this thing.
Athletics. I got a 17 plus 8.
Yo, Dev, do you hear anything?
You take 2 steps back, and then just one douche. The heel of your foot hits square in the center. Both the lock and the hinges break as it goes straight backwards a good 5 feet and just collapses down behind. The door frame fully fucked up. Like the wood on the side with the hinges, both hinges and the wood that was there ripped out, and then the lock has fully torn apart the section on the other side for about a good foot on either end. Whole door's flung back and falls
I'll reach down, grab some dirt in my hands, rub them together, pull my katana, and enter.
As you pull your weapon out and enter, Kenji on the back.
Yeah.
He is.
Who all is entering in?
I will enter in as well. I'll basically, as I'm walking forward, my echo will kind of walk out of me and walk in front of me, and I'll follow my echo in.
Okay. Aiden and Cassandra, following through.
I'm not there. I'm having breakfast with my family. They didn't come get me. I don't want to be there.
We'll come in.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Anywhere.
We didn't come get you. Oh, you're at your house.
I'm not. I'm staying at a super fancy. I'm in the northern part.
I thought that
didn't
you.
sleep.
I thought you came and fought with us at the thing.
And then you guys went and
It's-
stayed at a different end than me.
Varnex,
Whatever.
Varnex, it's fine. Cassandra's living the high life while we just do the grunt work. It's absolutely fine.
I am. That's
She doesn't
what's
care about her
happening.
friend.
yeah.
So
I didn't.
Apparently.
I was not informed. This is not my fault.
Apparently, she doesn't
What?
understand the whole reason why we're here.
Technically,
But that's okay.
Technically, if you choose to exclude yourself from the party and stay away from us, it kind of is your fault.
No.
It's not
Okay,
on
so
us
we
to come
we
and get
did
you.
tell you the plan. We did tell
Yeah.
you we were going to go meet this guy.
All right,
It-
it's fine. Whatever.
Is Aiden with us? Aiden, are you with us? Or are you
Yeah.
with her?
I'll come in.
Okay.
Aiden's just at a brothel somewhere, just
The
hanging
boy-
out.
Yeah, man. He's,
What's happening?
he found it. Ears perk up. He's like, I'm needed. I will be back.
I thought
So
she was
you're
with us.
you're staying behind then, Cassandra,
Yeah. Nothing.
and you're good with that.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. Okay.
Everybody dies except for Cassandra.
So
And Yotev.
And which means that we still won't find out her backstory, and I'm not gonna let it go on to a third. It's-
Oh shit.
Caleb was sorry.
yeah, this is fine. So as the rest of you enter in, it takes a minute as you're walking in. You don't immediately sense anyone with your detect thoughts. As Varnex, katana out, making his way through, walking towards the middle of the room, making that scan, both of you, actually all four of you. It's not until he gets about halfway in that you get a ping.
Yep.
An intelligent thought.
Shift focus to
From-
surface thoughts.
Okay, you shift focus to surface thoughts, and it's just thoughts. Whoever this individual is, wherever they are, they can clearly see you because they are mentally taking note of all of you. Let me double check something real quick, actually.
Are you checking the spell?
He's checking the viewing distance of dragons.
Blind
hope so.
sight. Or no, true sight.
Let's hope so. Dragons, let's go.
No.
Yes.
No. I thought you did. But I guess not. Oh, okay. I understand. Why? Okay. So far, what you're getting is this mental thought of basically doing a rundown and inventory of all of you. You hear the description, basically a mental note of Dragonborn in the front, black scales, resistant to acid. Looks to be some sort of martial. Quick flip over to Killian. Looks like half orc. Something odd about them. Flush almost. Also a martial. Weird duplicate. There's a brief pause. Dunamancy. This person's an Echo Knight. Switches over as they sort of clock the echo. Whoever they are, they seem to know something about Killian's abilities. They flip over to Aiden. Fire genasi resistant to fire. Some sort of mix of martial and ranged. Looks like a bow and a weird weapon, sort of clocks in on the weapon, double-bladed. And after getting all of those, you notice that they lock onto you. They recognize you as an entity, not as an object. They say, small construct of some kind. Seems to have some sort of arcane ability to it. Scott, and you just hear, shit. As it seems to have noticed that you've cast something already and are using some sort of divination-esque magic.
Whilst this is happening, I will relay to the party that we're currently being inventoried. I don't know where they're at.
I'll mentally ask, can you tell above, in front, right, left? You got no direction?
I don't think it gives me direction, no.
I don't think so.
It just within 30, there's somebody within 30 feet of us. It could be 30 feet up.
Yeah.
Well, we know that somebody looked out the window above us, so I will look up and scan up. Are there lofts? Is there...
So the way that this is laid out, there's the roof above. In the back, there is a almost closet-like sized section. The door to that is opened, and there is a ladder that goes up, but there's also a trap door there that you imagine has a ladder going down. So this is both the way to get to that second floor, but it's also the way to get down to the basement that you've been hired to snoop out.
Aiden, keep watch down here. I'm gonna go up. And then mentally I'm gonna say to Kenji, are you ready? And I'll make a dash for the ladder and go up as fast as I can. Do you need another athletics check?
No.
No.
Is this ring lit? Like, can we see clearly, or?
It's lit from the light behind you. It also has what appears to be these long, thin windows near the top of the first floor, right below the ceiling, that are designed to give in light to not have to burn oil. So there are these sort of streams of it, but most of it's kind of covered in shadow with these weird sort of god ray things going in through the windows, causing a weird sort of you can sort of see the dust floating through it, these lights that are illuminating mostly the center of the room, but the exterior walls seem pretty dark. You make your way over there. Let me go ahead.
Making away. Minus Cassandra.
What pastries are Cassandra having right now?
Probably chocolate croissants. So it's gonna be the same fact. Chocolate croissants in real life are like one of my favorite breakfast pastries in the world. I love that are warm. A warm chocolate croissant is like
Berry and cheese all the way.
I
think Yota
love.
would want a cheese Danish.
Berry and cheese, croissant, berry and cheese, Danish.
In Kenji's mind, he's trying to roll through all of the reasons why Cassandra is still needed in the party.
He wants that friend.
A soul for later.
There you go.
Yo, who's rolling stuff? A 30?
Huh?
Yo, what are you rolling, dude?
Caleb, is there a map for this?
There is not.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
There is a moment as the two of you go past, as a knuckle buries itself into the back of your head where your skull meets your neck, and you are struck with just the barest of knuckles. Kenji, you have this weird thing where normally it's weird that this would even affect you, but a fist comes around and strikes you on the temple. I need both of you to make Constitution saving throws.
Don't like that. Okay, it's not bad. It's surely this is fine.
Motherfucker.
With a plus 11.
I got a
throws?
7.
Mm.
7 total.
17
Damn.
plus 5 for a 22.
For a 22.
Let me see what happens.
The man has a plus 11 to, or the person has a plus 11 to whatever he's doing. I probably don't even beat this.
So, what ends up happening is this knuckle slams into the back of your neck, Varnex, and you are completely stunned as there's just this moment of bright sort of, you see stars for a second as like whatever just happened, they hit you in a point to get your, basically get yourself off, off your game a little bit, sort of knock you up while you're not paying attention. As you're still on the first floor, as these 2 hits come out. The second one that hits you, you're able to withstand that. You're able to withstand it, Kenji. I'm gonna go ahead and make 2 more hits against you.
Well, how much damage does that one do?
Against him or me?
No damage.
No damage?
Nope.
Now I'm pissed.
That is a natural 18, natural 19. Both of those will hit. So I need another con save from you.
37, dude. Chill.
No, those are 2 straight d20s.
Oh,
I didn't do the addition.
I was like, I need you to chill out.
Jesus
But
Christ.
it is a natural 18 and a natural 19, so I understand why that's frustrating.
Yeah.
I should have
37
rolled
hit.
my real dice because I got a 10 and I get. Never mind. I've got a 10.
This
so.
one is a 14 plus 5 for 19.
Okay. So this second one comes around, and as it does, you're able to withstand the stun.
Can we see this, or is it just invisible?
You can, when I will describe what they look like once their turn concludes, but I think I can do something else with this, can't I?
Okay, I need you to chill out with the monk shit, dude, okay? I really appreciate that you brought a monk into this campaign, but
Yeah,
I
thank
really don't appreciate that you're bringing it up against me, okay?
Aravan, what are you doing here? You died in an alternate universe.
Unless you're a vampire.
No.
Shut up! What are you talking about?
As that second one goes, this is highly likely that you're going to succeed, but I need you to make a charisma saving throw, Kenji.
Okay.
Charisma?
Yep.
He's ugly as fuck.
I do
Yeah,
have
he's a
I
white
do have plus 8 though. It is an 11, but it's plus 8.
He is
so
friendly.
19.
Okay, so what ends up happening is you all watch a human woman in about her probably early 30s-ish, darker brown skin, scars on her face, shaved sides of the head, hair pulled back, cobalt blue robes, a massive staff over her back. She is crouched in a corner. As the 2 of you go for the door, she whips around and starts slamming into the back of into you as you pass her. The first one is able to stun Varnex. As the other 3 go into Kenji, you withstand the second stun attempt. You withstand the attempt to whatever the charisma throw was, and you watch as the woman takes a jump backwards, holds out her staff in your direction, and says in your general vicinity to the 2 of you, but also kind of keeping an eye cocked at both Aiden and Killian, and says, "What are you doing here in the middle of a crime scene?"
I'm going to pull out the porcelain token and say we were sent here by the establishment owner to clear an infestation.
Make a persuasion check. Do so with advantage because you hold up the token. As you hold up the token.
Natural 19 for, you said persuasion?
Yes.
24.
Yo, you so fucking charismatic, bro.
There's a moment where her eyes, actually you wouldn't be able, she's got like these massive goggles that she's got pulled down. They look really fucking dumb, but she's got these massive goggles pulled down. Sort of stares at you for a brief moment, goes for the glasses and pulls them up, keeps the staff out in front of her but looks towards you and says, what kind of infestation did your contractor send you for?
We were told that their business could not open because of an infestation of elementals kept returning in the basement.
She nods in your direction and says, she looks over towards the two of you. Varnax, you're coming out of your stun. As you're sort of you turn around, you see this woman standing there in a very like low pose. She's basically like got her one foot, her dominant leg, all the way out. Her back leg is sideways, and she's crouched as low as she can. Staff like tip next to her foot, other end up past her ear. She looks over at the two of you, looks back, says, "What do you know about the job that you're on? Do you know anything, or are you just here to kill some elementals?"
I don't even know who the fuck you are. Do I care right now?
She,
Not a nice way to make friends.
She stands to her full height, getting out of this sort of crouched, almost tiger stance almost. Stands at her full height, looks over at all of you and says, apologies. In the case that you were dangerous, I need to make sure that you're not about to try to kill me. She sort of looks at you, Varnax, with a little bit of a look of like, you are for sure trying to kill me if you come. And she says,
I may still.
She says, Bo. Cobalt Soul. Who are you?
As if I'm supposed to know what that is?
The Cobalt Soul?
Yeah. Do I know what that is?
The Cobalt Soul is you know what? Since you
I don't know.
Can I roll
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, it's fine. The Cobalt Soul is a group of scholars and monks whose sole purpose is the collection and safekeeping and guarding of knowledge, but they also do a lot of like, hey, this group clearly has a bunch of people here that are doing evil shit, and we're going to expose that to the world and sort of expose that knowledge. So
Okay.
They're a little bit of like spies, a little bit like scholarly.
Not the law, so I can murder this bitch and be okay.
She's not the law. And
Right.
You can certainly try.
Try my ass. Fucking dude. She's
Did we
gonna-
tell him?
It's up to you.
What'd you say, Aiden?
I said, should we tell him?
Me?
Yeah.
About Bo?
Yeah.
If you don't want to fight her, I'm
I
telling
don't-
you right now.
Above
Varnax is-
table?
Dad
I
doesn't know.
I don't think you want to face Beauregard, dude. I don't think that
Dad
would be a
has
fun.
no
I don't
clue
think that.
who
that
Oh,
you're
would-
wait a minute.
Yeah.
Beauregard from
Beauregard
from
Lioness,
the
yeah.
Nine?
I don't think that you
Okay.
want to.
Yeah.
I don't think that that's a game you want to play right now.
Which is why her bonus is goddamn ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is that who they're talking to right now?
Yes.
Oh yeah,
I love
sure.
that.
Oh, imagine not being here.
That's fine.
Interesting. Oh, how's the tea?
I'm gonna
sisters?
sieve,
It's fantastic.
And I'm gonna like
First thing in the morning.
nostrils, just acid's gonna drool out of my mouth because I'm just seething
Not because he was stunned.
mad.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
no. I was stunned.
No,
I'm
that's
gonna
what
put my
saying,
hand
not
on-
drooling because you were stunned.
Varnax's shoulder and remember we're here for Yotev.
Fuck that goblin.
Only if you ask nicely.
I was just gonna say, like,
Oh boy.
just remember that she didn't hurt you. She just disabled you.
It would have It would have been such a fun time if I would have armor Magathist before I started getting hit 3 fucking times. Especially if she
Didn't
wanted
hurt
to do
you.
no damage, because they still would have taken 15. That would have been beautiful.
Didn't hurt you, just disrespected the fuck out of you.
Yeah, and I'm pissed.
She
Why are you here?
I'm
And
gonna pace.
Is it the same thoughts? Because it would be within 10 minutes. Is it the same thoughts in my head?
you get a sense of like she's trying to judge whether or not she should tell you or not, because of the fact that she has no goddamn clue who you are. All she knows is that you were hired by the people that own this building, which is the main reason why she stopped and sort of dropped her guard a bit. You get off of the reading of the surface levels thoughts of her mind as she's considering safer to let them know, safer to hide things. The less they know, the more danger they're in. The more danger they're in, the more I may have to step in. And she says, I'm following the lead that I was given. One of multiple. We have expositors all over the city looking into different potential rifts opening. The planes, for whatever reason, they seem to have thinner walls in the city as of late. Some connection to the Feywild, some connection to the elemental plane of ooze, some connection to the Shadowfell within the city. We're trying to investigate all of them, but we don't have a clear lead as to any of them.
What
they're all
is going
connected.
on with all this Fey bullshit? First Darrington sends us out to fuck with Fey. Now we got Fey here. Ugh. I'm just gonna keep pacing.
She doesn't want to necessarily interrupt your pacing for fear of you lashing out, but looks over to the rest of you and says, "You've dealt with Fae before? With the brigade?"
Yeah.
Good.
I'll sheathe my sword, put the katana back.
Whatever's going on, it doesn't seem to be a coincidence that all of these lines are fading at the same time. We need to get to the bottom of it. We need to get there fast.
Well, it's coming from the basement. Or do you already know that?
Tracked it here. I knew that this was where elemental stuff was going on. I was currently upstairs looking through, kind of pauses for a minute. Kinji, you read in her mind that she was about to mention that she was researching Arenas for potential other crimes unrelated to this. She says, she sort of pauses before saying that, says, evidence, before making my way down.
Make my way.
You said you were looking for someone. Looking over towards you, Killian, who mentioned Yotev.
One of our friends is missing. Our payment for clearing the infestation was information on his whereabouts, or the whereabouts of those who took him.
Nods and says, well, I would hate to leave you behind. I hate to let you go forward without help either. I don't know about your friend, and I don't know what information you've been offered, but if you need help, I'll go down with you. See if we can figure out whatever's going on down there, perhaps together. She sort of looks over towards Varnix, if you're amenable to that.
I'm just gonna mentally say to Kinji, what do you think? I want to punch this bitch. I want to stab her. I want to cut her head off.
I don't think anything like that is probably a good idea for right now.
I'll
She'd
just
be
nod
more
my head.
useful. She'd be more useful on our side than not.
You seem to come from a group of inquisitive people. What do you know about the Fingers?
She looks to you for a bit and says that you mean the group up in Shady Creek, right?
Yes.
Or the part of the Ivory Claw?
The Ivory Claw. That's the first time we've heard that, isn't it?
Yes, mentally note that. Yes.
Oh my god, he is typing so much.
Pen and paper.
Okay, what's Bo's actual character's name?
Beauregard Lionette.
Lionette.
Has a bitch in wine.
All right, and
vineyard.
she is with the what? The Cobalt what?
Soul.
Cobalt Soul.
A group called the
Soul.
Cobalt Soul.
The soul.
Hence the
This-
Cobalt Blue robes as well.
I
Very
get
on
that
point with the
now.
theme, yeah.
And
Are they good singers?
Probably not.
How?
For
That's a-
question's sake, is this before or after Mighty Nine stuff?
So all Mighty Nine members are technically offshoots of themselves. The Mighty Nine as a collective adventuring group does not exist. They never met one another.
Oh, okay.
Just
okay.
out of
Alright, so-
curiosity, how much higher
so
is
say
she
again-
than us?
Yeah,
Hi.
but
Fuck.
so she said the Fingers were part of what?
The
A group
Ivory Claw
that
Ivory Claw.
in Shady Creek Run.
in Shady Creek Run.
This is the first we've heard of the name Ivory Claw. Are you able to tell us more?
I don't know a lot. I know that we've been keeping a general eye on their movements and activities. They are a bounty hunter group, buying up contracts of people who are owe something, whether it be money or maybe a blood debt, whatever it is, a favor. They buy them up. Then they either, if the person is worth their salt, they get inducted and work to pay off their debt, or they're held for ransom. Friends, family, co-workers, anyone that cares for them are contacted, bribed. The leader's this Dragonborn fellow, Etchith, I think.
What was the name?
Etchith. ECHITH.
ECHITH.
Do you happen to have a description of him?
Not beyond the rudimentary basics. White scale Dragonborn. Roughly 6 foot.
What about his armor?
Shakes her head. No clue.
No dried blood on it.
Not that
To use
Not that I
hand
know of.
axes.
I've never met him.
Okay, rumor. Does he use hand axes? I mean, do you know his weapon of choice?
As far as I'm aware, he is some sort of brawler, martial type. Yeah, he would be capable of using axes, maybe.
Does the Ivory Claw have a hideout in Zadash?
Not in Zadash that I know of.
What about a safe house?
If it
If they
exists here, we
needed-
haven't found it.
If they need to store a bounty, you don't know if they've got a hideout here.
Not that we found. Do you think your friend is here in the city?
Yes.
They might not have made it out yet.
We followed as quickly as we could.
No more than a day or two behind.
Understood.
Isn't that about right? Were we?
Yeah.
Were we that
You're
close?
You're roughly about a day behind, yeah.
That's what I thought.
You're not sure how much being in the city has gained or lost that time frame. She sort of nods in the direction of the trapdoor and says, "Well, in that case, after you."
Is now a good time to take a break before we go down?
Absolutely, yes.
Sorry.
Great time.
All right.
Nope, all good. I completely forgot.
No, I just looked at the time and I'm like, oh, it's 9. I know I've been eating and we've had, off and ons, but very cool. Very cool. I won't try to kill her, obviously. Now that I've put 3
You
and
would
3
fail.
together.
This is actually quite good because then we can cut back to Yotev after the break. So, however long y'all want to hold out.
The usual 10.
Yeah,
Usual
usual
time,
10
right?
minutes.
But you're
Yeah.
going to go back to Yotev? Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Be back.
break out?
Here.
Just a bunch of nerds nerding out.
How is
It's
this?
fine.
Well, I'm partially because
Why
I'm
is
not
this
as
working?
informed.
Oh, no,
They're
there we go.
playing D&D. You're nerdy enough.
Well,
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
you're
just
good.
saying I don't know the stories that you're talking about. So
Yep, we're ready.
As you Yotep,
Hello.
as you open the door, the alarms go off. You have a short hall in front of you, 20 feet, to a ladder that goes up. And about halfway down, 10 feet, there's a cutoff to the right. What do you do?
As soon as I hear Yotef hears those bells go off, that potion of possibility downed
Easily
instantly.
done. Chugged.
And he's gonna start like doing like a little hefty strut, like
Mhm.
running forward.
So you get to
And
that
keep
breakaway.
going. Hmm.
You look off to the right as a quick glance. You see the hall goes another 5 feet, and there's almost looks like a manhole cover of some kind put into the ground or trapdoor. So you've got a way up and a way down.
Fuck.
voices,
Oh. Oh my
decisions,
God.
decisions.
Fuck. In this haste, I need to coin flip myself.
Snooky does not design your demise. You yourself design your own.
DMs
Yeah.
don't.
No, I create two different demises, and I let you pick which one you'd prefer.
Yotef's going up the ladder.
Okay. Yotev, you rush forward. You start going up that ladder. As you do, you see the light behind you has gone on. You hear footsteps begin to move. You reach the top and you go, and that thing is locked. It immediately stops. You've got to either break it somehow, or you've got to unlock it somehow to get out.
Can I hear if anything is coming from like the manhole side?
Make a perception check.
11.
11. Don't hear anything.
How high was that ladder? How high did that go up?
Ladder goes up about 10 feet.
He's gonna slide down. He's gonna slide down and charge towards the manhole. See if he can get out that way.
Head over, rush over. There's no lock on this, but it is set into it. It is a heavy chunk of metal. If you'd like to get out of this, it's a strength check.
Gonna try his best. He's gonna keep at it until he can get at out. Please, please. Fuck.
You go in and start to reach it. You're not able to get your fingers under the lip of this thing, and you begin to hear, like from the roof, footsteps heading from the room that you're in over towards where the ladder is. If they haven't gotten there yet, if you'd like to try one, you have time for one more attempt on this thing.
He's going again. If for the potion of possibility charges, I have to declare it first, or
No, actually, you get to roll after seeing the die. So
Okay.
if you want to, you instead of waiting, you could buy yourself more time and use one of the potion of possibility rolls now to replace the natural one, or
No.
you can save it.
I'm gonna save it.
Okay.
But I'm
Go for
gonna
your second try.
go for the second try. Please. 14.
14. You get your fingers under it, and you're able to grab enough. At first, it's not looking like it's budging. It is so like stuck in there. But you remember something for a second. While your flamethrower is off, you're able to switch something that the mechanism that causes it to pop out, and you take it. You jam that into the hole in the middle of the manhole. You put it in, extends out, and it's able to sort of lock in, and you pull up with it as it sort of goes to the hole, expands, and is able to be used to pick up from the center. Immediately, it begins to bend, and it snaps as you pull it off. But the manhole gets thrown a couple feet away. You're able to grab it, pull it back and just sort of rake it over as you drop down. It smells like just straight sewage as you head down. You're able to plop it on under and lock it down, and immediately drop down this ladder into the dark below. Your dark vision comes back in as the light fades from above. You look around, you see the hall of a sewer that goes out of the range of your dark vision of 60 feet in both directions. You pick a path. Right or left?
Are there any markings anywhere?
Quick glance around. Perception check.
8.
No. Too fast. Too much adrenaline. You look around real quick, but you don't see anything immediately. You feel like you don't have enough time, so you don't continue to look. You just gotta go.
Left. Running.
Left.
Straight
Immediately, a turn left and start bolting down the sewer. As you go, the sounds of puddles, your feet splashing through mud, muck, and mire, echoes down the chamber. The good news is that the sewers echo forever, so you could be going from either direction. As you make your way, you hear the grinding noise of metal as whoever it was that was coming down has attempted to cut you off.
Man's pulling up a sewer map. No.
I also want to say before we get too far, I'm so disappointed in you on that natural 1 roll that he didn't break a nail.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna rip his fingernails off. I just imagined it in my mind instead.
I did too. Immediately, he broke a nail. Oh, son of a bitch, that hurts.
Oh God!
No.
You do
Where's the lemon juice?
No.
You rush down this hall. You are booking it. At the same time,
can you give us all some light because we can't see anything?
Oh, no worries.
Thanks,
at the
baby.
same time, the rest of you,
Oh God.
minus Cassandra,
Caleb, can I send you a DM while you're doing this?
I still don't see anything.
do you not see through Aiden?
I think it's because I don't have dark vision. It's fine.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that would be why. Yeah.
And I have the whole map, even though I'm not a person.
Not the only.
Well,
No,
technically,
you
you're
can't.
eating chocolate croissants, so
The walls. I
Close
don't know
enough
if I
to
could
shit.
do the walls, if I'm being honest.
That's fine.
But,
Don't
can
matter.
I ask a dumb question though? We're not really there, so I was just wanting to
Oh.
see what he saw.
You are, as you
Oh.
all begin to make your way down the ladder. Beauregard following behind
Oh.
you. You make your way down. Yotev, you are running through. The rest of you hear the splashing of footsteps as something is rushing through, and you hear the echo throughout the halls.
we should kill whatever comes our way without asking any questions.
Pull my katana.
The moment that you say that, Varnex's
Yes.
eyes go to slits. Murder in his face.
Yeah, I'm
'Cause
gonna
so pissed.
I'm gonna pull out the Extempore Executioner. I'm gonna go ahead and activate its ability.
Okay, go ahead and roll a d4 for me.
It is
What is
a
it? What-
1, so we're going. The weapon bursts into flames, dealing an additional 2d6 fire damage on a hit.
The head of this sort of teardrop meteorite-esque maul lights into flame, and so as you swing, it just looks like a comet swinging through the air.
Does it give off light?
Yeah, that was my next question.
Fuck it. Yeah, it gives off light.
Can I have a little bit of radius
Drop
off of
light?
him?
Let me see if I am smart enough to figure out how to do that. The answer will shock you. Unless
It'll
you
be
don't
yes,
believe in me,
because
in
you-
which case,
You've
It
done
won't
that
shock.
glowing orb for me before, so I know you have it in
I
you.
believe in you.
You got this.
I
The
100%
answer
believe in you.
Will surprise you.
oh,
Oh,
That's a Scooby Doo the fuck out of this and just keep like
Did that work?
zigzagging. We're gonna
Yeah,
miss
yeah,
each
I can
other
see.
constantly.
yeah,
all right.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
giving off 20 foot of bright light, so you're
Let's
basically
go.
holding a torch.
Let's go.
All right.
That's perfect. Which way? Okay, I'm gonna make a perception check. Which way are the footsteps running? Whatever is the sound coming from?
Sounds good. Go for it.
It's a big ass map.
Jesus.
Fucking.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What?
Snooky's hiding like one room.
What
in
would
here.
you say? Perception? I'm doing a perception check.
Holy.
I got an 11.
An 11. You're not sure exactly where it's coming from, but you are able to pick up whatever it is coming close, and it's in a rush. It is hurrying in your direction.
I will step out to here.
Yes.
Okay.
I will ready my Eldritch Blasts.
You ready, Eldritch Blast?
I'm ready to swing. Where
Bitch,
is
you
Bo? I
bitch,
don't
you
see
better
Bo.
get
on
ready
the
to
map.
I
dodge, or I'm
need
gonna
to
murder
find
somebody.
where I put her image, and I don't know where that went.
I'm staying away from y'all. You're gonna kill me. I'm gonna run away. I see you guys instantly on the map. I'm gone. Other way.
In fact, actually, Yotev, if you'd like to move forward a little bit.
Yeah, I was gonna say, which is this where the left I
You
ended
were
up
coming
going?
from behind you. Yeah.
Okay. So like this way?
Yep. And as you break in there, you should see to your north a collection of familiar faces.
I will let off the first Eldritch Blast, but I will stop the second.
Like, oh my bad. That's my friend.
I don't even have my shield on anymore, so my AC is just like a little lower.
I don't think you should.
You'll be fine.
We're gonna come back to Cassandra.
He's only gonna play.
We're gonna come back to Cassandra and say like, "Hey, we found Yoteb, but he's a corpse now." So
Just have his fucking
We
head.
accidentally killed him.
He's
But we
he's a
found all
bloody
this money
smear
that
in
he
the
took
sewer
from us.
somewhere.
We,
Thanks, guys.
He's just
We're
I'm
another.
gonna
Richard
build you an eye
fight.
too. Guess I'm not gonna build you an eye anymore.
Does a 27 hit?
Oh my God! Yes, it will hit him.
Yeah, it
Jacob's gonna be
hits.
murdered by her friends. Jesus Christ.
Are you
I guess
actually
I'll get my
attacking
new
the man?
character sheet ready.
What?
He said he was going to
Yeah.
immediately fire off
did.
one.
It did. Yeah, but I see. Then I'll see him because I said we're gonna attack first and ask questions later. So I will make the other one go wide. But I'm gonna do 14 points of damage
Jesus.
before I see him and be like, oh, it's Yotev.
Yotev.
Oh my god.
Man, I really
Yeah.
should have used my fucking mirror image first.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
dude.
really should.
This is really a you problem if you think about it.
Yeah,
Shut
if
the
only you
fuck
even thought
up.
about it.
I'm
like,
leaving.
I mean, we've already got one party member just eating croissants. I mean,
God, I don't even know how to react to
It's
that.
breakfast time. Are you dead?
were you
No,
what?
I'm not. I'm at 24 HP.
Oh shit!
Did
you not have a lot
Caleb.
of HP?
Yes.
No, I've got 38 HP.
Oh well.
I'm a
that's-
fucking
on my-
partial caster.
Oh,
On my
boy.
spell book,
Jesus.
there is it just says new spell.
Oh.
In your spell book, it just says new spell.
You have a new spell.
And there's nothing. It just says new spell and it looks like a bag.
Oh.
Oh, that is a cantrip, and now it's gone.
Okay. Thank you.
Interesting.
I didn't know
Wait,
if you
what's
tried
that,
to add
Caleb?
something or added something. Like, I didn't know what it was.
If there's a button on the far right that says plus. It's got a little plus that says add. That's how
Oh.
you do that. If you want to manually put in information.
Did I accidentally add a spell?
I don't know.
I don't. Probably,
gone now.
I don't know. Thank you.
So, Yotev, as you round
Yeah.
the corner, you are struck in the side by Kenji. Please remind us all what your Eldritch Blasts look like.
I think it's actually my eye, and is like a mass of like tendrils that float out from it. So the thing would have Because Kenji's like a really friendly person that you really want to be friends with, right? So like when the eye strikes you, the tendrils will wrap around and give you kind of like the briefest hug. Will they kind of like just feel up your sides of your body and back of your, just sizing you up, and then just kind of like evaporate. And while it strikes you against the wall, because that was almost like a full power. That was one off of being full damage.
So you watch as you round the corner, the creature that has haunted your nightmares stands before you as these dark, inky tendrils, sort of like from the empty eye socket, stretch out and wrap around the sides of the head, sort of almost if you have ever seen like how octopus limbs work in general, they just sort of flex around something and then release. Almost habitually, it does the same to his face as they begin to go. And for the briefest of moments, you see almost a maw like shift across the inside of the eye. And as it shifts through, a blast of this dark energy hits you square in the chest, and that same reflexive pulse has them wrap themselves around you for a brief moment before disappearing into this sort of darkened shadow across. The second one, Kenji, recognizing who he's firing at, pulls away, and the next shot goes wide over your shoulder and slams into the wall behind you, sort of shattering some of the rock there.
Oh, that would have done 15 damage if it would have hit.
The wall has sustained 15 points of force damage.
15 more and the wall comes down. Varnex, it's our friend.
I see.
I'll reach out. Yotev, are you okay?
How did you get here?
I mean, he's like, what, 60, 70, 80 feet from
Yeah,
us?
he's like a 60-year-old man almost. I forget exactly what age I made him. I think he's like.
No,
he's
I said
asking
feet.
how far you are.
Oh, he's 40. He's 40 years old. Sorry.
No, how
You're-
many feet
you're
are you
50
from
feet away.
us?
How far away are you physically?
Yeah.
Ryan?
Nope. That's how old he is. That's how far away he is from death. He's about 40 years away from death.
Yeah.
40 years closer to death.
Holy
He's 50
shit.
feet away from you.
I've never seen a
This
better
old-ass man.
response. Yeah. I've never seen a better response to how far away are you. He's about 40, maybe like 70. No, he's like 40, yeah.
Because I thought he was like, how old is he? 70? And it was like, kind of. It's like 70 years old.
So
I'll want to start closing the distance between myself and Yotev.
God.
I'll go as well.
I don't
Wait,
know
I
if
can't
Kenji
see
can get
my-
a clear read on Yotev's thoughts because he's so like adrenaline rushed.
I think it would have been 10 minutes, so it's probably down by now.
I'll say you've got the bare bits of it left, like you're about.
I'll
to
let you
lose.
get down there first, Barnex. Or Killian. I'm talking to myself.
You're about to lose the end of your spell as it's starting to wear off, and as you do, you just sort of connect enough with Yotev as you're sort of riding on the back of Varnex, making his way down. You connect just enough to hear, like, you're hit, instead of a thought, you were hit with a wave of just straight up emotion, which is just raw adrenaline, a little bit of fear, you feel like a stinging of pain, and that pulls your attention away, the distraction, as he got hit square in the chest. And do a... As the bit of surface level reading fades, you get just the barest hint of, you don't know what, and you'll have to ask him about it, but you do get the sense of he is fleeing from something. He is a little afraid, a little high on adrenaline, a little, feeling the pain of what you just did. But that's that one bit of information you get as the spell fades completely is whatever he's doing here, he's currently running from something.
It seems like our friend is running from something. Do you need a weapon? As I can see 120 feet and notice.
You're right beside him, so come on down here.
What? Oh boy. Oh, did I not bring myself down? I can give you my Yikawa.
Yotev being in like a bit of like a in such a weakened state, like already due to like his lack of like real food, lack of real rest, lack of water, and just like the amount of fear and things that he's just kind of going through. He and when he comes to after getting hit from the thing, oh thank you. He'll, if he sees Killian first, if he's the first one to approach, you kind of start to see him like not fully grasp what's happening, and he's like, Killian, and he like reaches out and like you see like tears kind of starting to well in his eyes, and that like he's just like not really able to speak at the moment. He's still like such, you get a really good sense that he's just like probably not in a good mental place right now.
We should put him behind us. Something's...
Yeah, Killian's gonna kneel down, and having noticed this kind of response and just his generic shape, what are you running from? And just kind of position himself between where he just ran from, or where he just saw him ran.
They got Yotev. Yotev escape. Yotev got out. Yotev escape. Yotev does not know where his things are.
Your things can be replaced. We need to get you out of here.
Where are we?
We are in the sewers of Zadash.
I mean, Zadash or Diastock? I thought we were in Diastock. No.
Zadash.
Oh, we're in Zadash.
We left Diastock.
Oh my god.
Diastock was City 1. This is
Oh my god. Sorry. So confused.
Zadash. Yes. Yotev was going on and mailing out the letter and got found. I can't remember from the end of the last session I played. It's been so long. Did Yotev see the person change, or was he kind of incapacitated already, or like knocked out before they changed?
You did. So what ended up happening was they held you with held person. So you were paralyzed, but you could still see, you could still process what was going on. And they had put their face right next to yours, and you watched it change from Sadie, the person that you had met in the Darrington Brigade, to the face that you had seen before, that of the Elven woman, before she took you. So you did see that she was capable of changing her face.
Okay. You're going to be getting a lot of mixed, just kind of words thrown. Everyone's going to be getting words basically thrown at them at this point. Sadie, Sadie, turn elf woman, turn, capture. You have to break out. We have to get out.
Turn back to the rest of the group, and I'll also look towards Bo. We have found our friend. We must leave. We must make sure he is okay.
She sort of looks down at you and says, "And your elementals? Our elementals?"
Our whole reason for looking for these elementals was to find our friend. We have found our friend, and he needs our help.
She takes in a deep breath and sort of holds it for a moment. Back
Or we
towards all
could-
of you.
Go back to where he escaped from and kill them all.
I do like that idea.
Hey, Kenji,
Yes.
Tracy,
Hmm?
Tracy.
17.
You all watch as
Oh,
Kenji, a
no.
giant maw grabs onto Kenji, sort of snapping into your shoulder, and begins to attempt to drag you underwater. As you are currently grappled, you take 24 points of damage, and it begins to drag you backwards. Killian, as this happens, you are actually, we're gonna go ahead and have everybody that's here roll a quick initiative for me, please.
Hang on. Wouldn't that be drawing me backwards too? Because he's still attached to my shield.
He's sitting on
Did he yank him
I mean,
off?
he's
went
really
over
misplaced there.
I went over
But-
placements going forward.
I know.
Point of order.
Yes.
Would I get an opportunity attack from him trying to move Kenji away?
I believe in a surprise round you do not get a reaction.
Why will my character sheet not stay on top?
Caleb, did you see my DM?
I did.
Okay,
I will get
that's
to
fine.
that in a second, I believe.
No, you're good. I just want to make sure you read it.
Where in the world
It's
is
Carmen San Diego. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? Character sheet, stay. Every time I click something else, my character sheet disappears from.
There it is.
So what do you want me to do?
Nothing anymore.
There we go.
You are snatched. You take the 24 points of damage, and it's going to drag you backwards.
Yes,
What
yes.
is your con score?
My con score?
Yes.
Like plus or just like what's my constitution?
Either one.
I mean, I'm
'cause I
my
think-
con is 20.
But you still haven't answered my question of, since he's on my shield, is it dragging me as well?
It is not.
So it snatched him off my shield.
Full on ripped me off,
Where's the
motherfucker.
rules for this?
Ow.
You gone, dude. You gone. Poof, be gone. You know what I'm saying? This is fine. Yo, what the fuck? Also, you said 24 damage, right?
Yes.
Poof, be gone.
Where are? What
Oh.
are the rules for this?
We's almost dead.
So your modifier was +5 then, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's wild.
What?
People can adventurers
There's-
can breathe.
I'm looking
for
up
a long
rules
time.
for how long you can hold your breath underwater.
Does
How long
does
can I
Kenji
hold?
breathe?
Yeah, how long can
Yeah,
I
does
hold my?
Kenji breathe? He's a doll.
Oh, that's right. You're
It's a
you don't have to
construct.
breathe.
I'm a
So
con.
Yeah.
it drags you underwater. I'm gonna go ahead and make its second attack then, and then we will go through initiative order real quick.
You're welcome, Brian.
Uh,
Ask him the real important questions for you.
He'd have gotten there.
Oh, it has to be not grappled. So it's actually going to grab onto Kenji, pull Kenji down, and it's going to the tail's going to whip around towards the echo, and miss.
Well, thank fucking God.
I was gonna say,
That's
what kind of range does this tail have?
Tail is a range of 10 feet, but it'll do that before it leaves that space. But
I
drags
got
you
you,
under.
got you.
We will go ahead and begin combat. Yotev, it is your turn.
Oh God, what can he even do right now? There's really not a lot he can do right now.
Dragon, you need to roll initiative.
Oh yes, I thought I was rolling.
Is he under the water right now?
It is currently underwater. You can still, the water is not super deep. So now that you're seeing this area, you can see the shadow where this creature is. It's not deep enough to where you wouldn't be able to hit it with an arrow or a sword or a weapon at the current
moment. You said it's not deep enough to where we couldn't?
Yes, it is shallow enough water where you can still hit it with a hammer or a bow or any other weapon.
Okay.
Poof, be gone.
Ooh. I have an idea of something I could possibly do to it. But it would make it also stronger by proxy.
Duh.
But it might make it stuck so it can't go any farther.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Please don't. I can't
Is
actually.
Brittany being super loud
You
in
know
the
what?
background?
Chaos Gremlin, do it.
On the contrary, I could also make it so that it's harder to probably hit, but it does less damage.
I think it's harder to hit either way, to be honest with you.
It is very hard to hit either way.
Because it
You know,
adds. 'Cause it adds
oh, I
AC.
can't do it anyway. Never mind. I can't do it anyway. I can't use material components anymore right now.
True.
So yeah, Yota being in his in a shock factor, this fight or flight, he's taking in finally a fight kind of mode as he sees Kenji get ripped away. Tries to go for a firebolt for a split second, can't, realizes it's not there, and is very quickly just trying to take action and figure out what he's gonna do, and realizes something's not fully been ripped apart or really dissected from his very intricate, complicated armor, and he pulls starts to hit a button combination that's on his chest, and two things pop up out of his shoulders. He's gonna cast magic missile onto the crocodile.
Okay.
And let's see, this is a normal hit for 4. It's 3, right? It's yeah. 2 and 3. For 2 and 3.
Okay.
And then as a bonus action, he will, I think I can do this because it's a bonus action. Cast Hunter's Mark.
That is 2 spells in a turn.
That's 2 spells in a turn, right? Yeah, I can't do that. Cool. Never mind then. How do I replenish that?
Alright.
Then that's all he can do this turn.
Bornix.
Well, I'm gonna move up. I'll move to here for right now because that's as far as I can see without the 20-foot radius. So I have no idea if I'm close to it or not.
You're able to tell that it is currently near you, very close to you, and thrashing about. Because it's currently dragged Kenji underwater, and it's doing that, death spin thing that crocodiles and alligators do.
Great. Fucking great.
Then, gosh dang, no. I can't see to cast that. I assume if I take a swing, it's going to be at disadvantage, correct?
It would be.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and swing my katana, the two-hander.
All right, roll the hit.
My lowest is a 10, so that would be a 15.
Let's see what's your AC.
Oh, no, wait. I got pluses on that because I don't ever do it right. That I've got a rolled a 10 plus 5 on my strength. Hang on.
Yeah, plus your proficiency, which at this level should be 3.
So that's an 18 to hit.
Okay, so you swing. It is close to you. It is not close enough for that first swing. As you go, it's just out of your range, but you do feel as you almost strike where it's at, you'll need to go a little bit closer in order to actually hit it.
Got ya. Then I will wait.
All right. We go to Beauregard, who's fast as fuck, right? How fast are monks at this level?
Fast
Holy
as fuck,
crap.
boy.
Yeah.
All right.
I love monks.
Hold up. That's ridiculous.
200 feet.
Easy. Holy crap. All right. Bo.
Here's the commotion from the top of the stairs, and you just
Jump. Is going to I'm just gonna do /R 2d20. Just roll them straight. That's a 15 and a 17. Those are both hit. Those are raw. Oh, I actually moved it. And that is at this level.
disgusting amount of damage.
18 points of damage.
Oh shit.
And that will be her turn. Gillian.
I'm going to move up. Let me see the measurement here. I'm gonna try to jump right on top of it
All right.
with
You,
both myself and my echo.
You sort of take a 5-foot step back, bend down, and leap forward. And as you do, you land basically right on top of this thing. Go ahead and make your attacks.
So I will go ahead. Now, question about magical fire from my weapon and being in water? Would I still get the fire damage?
Creatures fully submerged in water have resistance to fire, but that is all. Your fire damage still, since it's magical, still does something.
Okay, so I'll split my damage. So I'm going to go ahead and take my first swing with just my current position, my actual player.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh, I got new numbers. That is a 16 to hit.
Hits.
It's 2d6 plus 6. I reroll the 1. Great weapon. So it's a 9 plus 6 is 15 damage plus 8 fire damage.
All right, so 4. Got it.
Extra attack. That is a natural 1.
That'll miss.
Wild.
Wild.
Who would have thought?
But for the first time, you get this sort of hammer swinging through the air, causing a trail of light, but also these embers that follow off of it, and a bit of smoke as well. So the entire thing in an arc, you can almost see the exact path that the hammerhead took as it goes and crashes down. The second time going in, but this thing twists and turns out of the way as it does, sort of barreling out of your reach of the second swing. Is that your turn?
My echo at the same time is going to take another attack from the other side of being on top of it.
Got it.
That is a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Reroll 1 and 2 for Great Weapon Master.
Jesus.
So that's 10 plus 6, 16 points of damage plus 4 points of fire.
Is that halved?
That is not halved.
Okay, so halved to 2. Got it.
Action Surge. We're going again.
Oh, shit. Okay.
First attack from my position. That is a 22 to hit.
Hits.
Christ.
Reroll 2 1s. That is a 4 plus 6, that's 10 damage plus
Okay.
7 fire, not halved.
Okay. So 3.
Extra attack,
Uh-huh.
that is a nat 20.
Holy shit.
Jesus.
So that's what, 4d6 now? It's
Yes.
2d6 normally, so 4d6. Reroll the 1. Still a 1, so 10, 16, 17, 23 points of damage.
Okay.
And the fire damage, is that also doubled with the crit?
That would also be double with the crit, yeah.
Okay.
All dice.
Oh my god, dude.
So, do I reroll 1s and 2s on the fire damage? Or is that just from the weapon?
This is from...
Great Weapon Master.
Great Weapon Master or Great Weapon Fighting?
Great Weapon Fighting, sorry, the fighting style.
When you make a weapon attack, when you make a...
Did you just say waylay?
Because he
Yeah.
got waylaid. This crocodile got way the fuck
2
laid.
hands, you can reroll the die and must use a new roll. It doesn't say...
Yo, we're throwing hands in this fucking.
Yeah, it's just on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon. So I would assume...
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yes, okay, well I'm
We'll
rerolling
say
3
yes
of the
at
4
least for
dice
this
then.
one.
Okay.
Rerolling 3 of the 4? Oh my
That's
god.
9 and
You're getting a
11.
lot of mileage out of it this turn, and that's crazy.
That's 14 fire damage, not halved.
Fuck.
How do you want to do it? Like,
Holy fuck.
I also have a quick chemistry question as to how fire reacts in this sewer.
Just lights the
Don't
bitch
bring
up.
extra stuff in, yo, Tev. I know you're just back, but
Fire.
God, damn.
The sewers are lit on
Like,
fire.
is,
Surely.
I was gonna say, like, is this water?
The methane in this place is wild.
as the water is splashing, some gas is getting released from it, and it is sort of catching before it hits, causing a little like an ignition and then to hit, and then another ignition. So it's this cool like flickering effect of fire hammer fire as it sort of almost sputters with flame before hitting. But how would you like to do this,
Jesus fuck.
Killian?
So, just
I
from
love
the
that you're
jumps,
so concerned about me not being there.
just from the jump, seeing another party member being taken away, Killian immediately feels like he needs to act and not hesitate anymore. So he's just gonna run and just jump on top of this creature, having his echo do the same. And they're just gonna go to town, just wailing on him and wailing on him. And midway through, you kind of see his teeth start to grit, and he starts to show emotion, he starts to show anger, and he's just pounding and wailing until the creature just stops moving. Just a few more hits to be safe, and then just stops.
You see as Killian stops and takes a step away, you see a pulpy mess across the already disgusting floor. Holy shit. Fucking brutal.
How many?
You're
wait,
you're just gonna double
how many-
hammer
how
the
many-
sides of its head and
How many
squish it
points
like a
of
pimple.
damage did he just do total?
I don't know, but it
Too
was,
much.
Like, it had 8 HP, and then he started rolling for his thing at the end. I was like, okay, well, this is super dead anyway. Because he did 23 with a crit without the fire damage.
Dead.
So it's just like, alright, well, I mean, I just didn't do the math.
Breakfast? Giant crocodile for breakfast?
Fucking A. Is that the biggest damage roll we've had?
Oh?
Hey, what's your AC, Aiden?
19.
No!
Voodoo?
Beats it.
As a
Oh,
boy.
baby.
You didn't think I only had one.
Where's-
As you get hit from behind with 10 points of damage, this thing of nasty yellow slime that's been sort of ever present throughout this place, these thin trails of it. One of these thin trails leads to this massive blob that, as of now, you just thought of as grime, that sort of pulls itself up and slams into you with one of its pseudopods for 10 points of damage. Let's see, can it do anything else?
Be creepy as fuck.
No. Kenji.
I need to That wasn't fun.
Kid, you don't want to play with that?
He looks like he's a carpet now.
Sopping wet.
Yeah, where is this fucking pseudopod? I don't see it.
Around the corner.
It's around the corner.
Don't see it.
I'll hobble up to Yotev, and just to be creepy, be like, my friend. Go on the other side. Oh, what the fuck? And then it'll look like I'm going to like give a hug to him, but like I'll look around and I'll shoot. I'll change where it shoots from to my hands. Will come out my Eldritch blasts, but they'll still be eyes. The tentacles will still, like the inky tendrils, will still come up from my arms and then shoot eyeballs from my hand to hit them too. 12 and 11 plus 8, I think. 1 sec.
That will for sure hit. A 19 and a 20 will definitely hit.
Beautiful. And then 2 of these.
Be like, what the fuck is
Oh,
going
that's
on?
15.
Okay.
And another 15.
So 30.
Yes.
Ridiculous. All right.
I'm using my percentage die because it's the only D10 I have. Don't judge me. And I got double zeros both times.
All right. That's your action and your movement, or some of your movement. Do you have anything else on
Do
your?
I have a bonus? Oh, motherfuck! I should have hexed it. Never mind. Hey, you know what? This warlock doesn't believe in hex. I need to change this spell out for something else. Never fucking used it in my life.
Aiden.
All right.
All right.
This is how Aiden one-shots a pseudopod.
I don't think that's gonna happen. I'm just gonna attack it.
Where'd Bo go?
Great follow-up, husband.
She's on the other side of the alligator still.
If you
I see it.
presume that
Never
you
mind.
can't see
Alright,
her, she's everywhere.
First attack was a nat 1. Second attack is a dirty 20.
For sure hits.
Okay, and that'll be 10 points of damage. And I'm going to have my swarm try to push it 15 feet back from me. It has to make a strength saving throw of 15.
Saving throw normal. It does succeed. Though, it's weird. This thing doesn't seem like it gets pushed. But as you slice through it, the creature sort of wakes a bit and splits into 2 different forms. Now 2 of them sort of shamble in your direction.
Yes. Really great
I
stuff.
don't love that. Okay. I'm
Okay, hang on, wait. Never mind. I didn't see, don't know, so.
gonna try to move away from it.
Good job, Dad.
Is it attacking me?
Unfortunately, becoming 2 different entities does take a whole reaction.
Action.
So that's unfortunate.
Okay, that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And
We're
okay.
cruising right now, guys. We're facing ooze.
You- Did I notice that like Yotep is missing the things he needs to be able to effectively cast?
He does seem to be struggling. You would have seen. Were you able to see him where you
I
were?
was, yes.
Yeah, so you'd be able to see because he did narrate like going to do the thing and not having it and having to switch to magic missile.
Alright, so I'll like gesture towards I've got an extra staff. And be like, Yotep, can you use this? And if he's able to, I think I have to be closer, so I would try to pull him towards me with my telekinesis and then give him my extra staff.
Do you continue to getting, or do you?
Just
Well,
throw
so-
it to me.
I don't. I guess I don't. Can I throw it as
Yeah, you can
a
do, like,
free
the
item
5 foot.
action?
Yeah, item interaction. You can throw it, and he can catch it with his.
Okay, then I will throw him my extra staff that I had that has symbols from Ira on it, so that he can use it. Since I've got the Flamestoker staff now as well.
So what did I just get?
You got a staff, which is an arcane focus.
Okay.
If it's a valid arcane focus for artificers, I don't know.
I do not know if it is.
I'm gonna take a look.
Time to find
While
out.
you do that, this is gonna move and dash to get in here. It's
Fuck.
nice and snug.
No,
but it did have
don't
to
do that.
dash because it's so slow.
No,
Yotev.
don't do that. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that.
Let me help
Let's
look this
see.
up for you. Class, artificer.
Spell casting. Your spell casting must have specifically thieves' tools or some kind of artisan's tool in hand.
Yeah. So if anyone's got tools of some kind, that'll work.
Yo, give me a paintbrush. That'll work just as well.
I have cartographer's tools.
Let me double check the list of artists. That is cartographers. Yeah, that is technically on the list.
Yeah.
I would
That
not
would be a
think to throw
pen.
those to him though.
I'd be shocked if you did.
Well, pen or
God.
quill. Artists have to draw with something. Technically,
So
charcoal
this
would
one's
work.
now in range. That sucks.
It is interesting to know that you can use like glass blowers tools.
Can you use the herbalism kit?
Cobbler's tools.
No herbalism.
No.
Woodcarver, weaver, tinkerer.
Yeah. Very, very.
It's a
It's
weird
so
list.
varied. Yeah, I like it. Let's see. Oh God.
There's some weird artificers you can make with some of these.
Yeah. Let's see. We will go with the.
Could be a gnome
This thing-
artificer that has the cobbler's tools. I'm sorry, but that.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Shoe cobbler.
As this one.
Yo, we are in
Um,
combat.
I
Yotev,
specialize in boots.
Some of us.
Oh, we are? Yeah. Interesting.
Yotev grabs the staff, realizing he doesn't. He's like, I can't do anything with this. But like, he's like, okay, and then he just like stumbles this way for like a sec. And kind of like because I remember setting this as like a as almost like a punch, like wave down from his thunder gauntlets. He's gonna kind of like do that again, and it's gonna like just like spark, kind of. It's kind of like putting it over. And he's gonna cast Thunder Wave. I meant to do that at a higher level. If I can do that at a higher level.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm gonna run that again.
You take a moment, and the gauntlet is messed up, but you're able to connect some of the compartments, recharge for at least a little bit in order to get a solid chunk of thunderous energy charged up into it. You just punch down and release it. It needs to make a con save. I can go ahead and delete the giant crocodile thing, because that's not needed anymore. On saving throw, normal.
What-
6.
What color was the giant crocodile?
I imagine that's a thing. Saving throw just 15. So
Uh,
damage.
Looks like gray and red.
Sweet.
Very red now.
Boom.
Yes,
12
yes.
thunder damage.
12 thunder damage. It's blasted backwards into the wall.
Yep.
So minus 12.
Does Kenji get an attack of opportunity on it because it's pushed out of its thing, or
Not with
because it's
forced
it's-
movement?
yeah,
No.
now with force movement? Got it. And then What are some of the features I've got now? Things I can do. Magical tinkering.
Music's great.
Yeah, it is.
I don't hear the music anymore for whatever reason.
I'm jamming,
Just
bro.
click on his
It's very
stream in
good.
Discord, Dad.
Right tool for the job.
Sponsored by D&D Bard.
Damn.
Oh, hey,
What's the name?
I know.
Oh wait. Question. Wait, no, hold on. That thing is a size bigger than me, right?
Yes. 2.
Cool. If you're the small, so it takes extra 5 damage from that.
Okay.
From the thunder wave.
You're just super mad as you punch the ground, which is fair,
Yeah.
given all
Yeah.
you went through.
Everything
people
that's going on
suck.
right now. I haven't been able to use it forever because we're fighting tiny things.
Okay.
Um,
I need to keep that in mind. Just make everything so puny.
Yeah.
yeah. And then Yotev is going to take how much movement do I have? 30? Yeah, 30 feet of movement. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's gonna just kind of hug this spot right here at 25.
Varnex.
I'm gonna be confused as hell as to why Kenji just shot some blasts up, and Yotev just jumped back and be like, "What's going on?"
Don't cut them!
Don't
Cut what?
I don't know how much time we have in that free interaction. And if he knows exactly what they are, slime creature.
All right, I'll just move up here beside Kenji because I'm gonna have to wait, and I'm gonna hold an inflict wounds attack for
Okay.
anything that comes up near me. Jimmy, go ahead and
So
put that up.
Bo is gonna be really dumb monk, run forward. She's gonna do 2 attacks and then back up. Let's just do that. Ooh, she rolled poorly for once. But that's both of those will hit with her. Neither of them are a natural 1.
Wait,
Neither of
she
them
hits
are-
on everything except a 1.
She's OP.
So not just because she's good, but also because these things are so slow and laborious that they have a negative dex modifier. Their
Okay.
AC is a literal 8. They have a
Okay.
negative number to their dex. To plus 10. Sick. She just beats the shit out of it, and she's gonna dip around because she sees that you've got something held. It's gonna make an attack on her, which will miss. All right, Killian.
What is the action economy to look around to the other directions to see if we have anything else encroaching on us?
I don't. So, reminder. Great question. Every round, if you have a ability check you'd like to make, you can absolutely do that as a free action once around.
Okay. So I want to make a perception check to see if we're being surrounded from these sides as well.
Yep, absolutely. Go for it.
Okay. That's a natural 20 for 25.
Jesus Christ.
You hold the hammer aloft, lighting it down, sort of holding it down one way, holding it down another. As the flames sort of light up the muck on the ground around you, all of it seems still. Nothing seems to be moving, and you don't seem to hear any noises. You can kind of hear when they move with that perception check. You're able to tell that they have this sort of sucking noise as they move. So you don't hear any coming from that way, but you do hear them coming from behind. You're fairly confident that wherever they are, they're not in front of you, and they're not to either side. They're behind you.
Okay.
Well, with an natural 20, you're very confident.
Okay. So if I think that the backside is safe now that this creature is dead, and I think that Yotev is safe behind these 3, I'm going to make my way to the blast that I heard up here.
Okay.
So that's 20 feet. I would see Aiden
I'm gonna
And
say
actually,
holy shit as soon as his light gets in range.
yeah, I need to actually move. So this is 5, 10, 15. So that's 20. That's 20 for me and my echo. I don't see another one in front of Aiden. But I know that something was shot in this direction.
Yes.
Okay. So that's 25, 30. I'm going to stand in the way there of Aiden. And let me see what my distance is on. 15 feet. Yeah, I'll leave my echo there. And I'll hold an action to attack if anything comes within melee range.
Okay. So 2, 3, 4. That is the full dash. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are slow motherfuckers. They are just out of your range, I think. Or that one is. Kenji.
I'm gonna move to fuck me in the face. Right here. And can I shoot around? Because I'm small enough. Can I shoot around people's legs and shit?
Yeah. You don't need to worry about like your allies getting too far in the way. You can cut over, shoot, and then cut back, and you're good.
Gotcha. And we already agreed that familiars can't grant disadvantage on creatures, right?
They can, but they'll be in a lot of danger doing that because they're going to start drawing the attention. That'll be their disadvantage, is basically drawing attention away from you and onto them.
Yeah. Okay. I'll hex this thing because that's the clever thing to do as a spellcaster.
Yes.
We don't know for sure what he is. It's fine. I'm gonna do the one in front.
Okay.
Disadvantage on. Fuck, I don't know.
For hex, yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure
I
out.
thought you were talking about your familiar.
Yeah, they already have shit decks. Con saves in case Bo hits these things.
It's ability checks, not saves.
Whatever. Con.
Otherwise, hex would be broken.
That is true. Yes, and then I will 2 Eldritch Blasts it.
Alright, and then roll the hit.
16 and a 15 plus 8.
Okay. You definitely hit. Roll damage on your first one.
8 plus 5 for 12. Plus necrotic of something.
And what's the second?
Well, it would have been done necrotic.
Oh, you do plus 5 of them. Okay.
So then 3. So it would have been 13, 16 points of damage.
Okay.
For the first one.
So for the first one you did how much?
16.
Okay. And then second one?
Okay. 6 plus 5 for 11. Plus. Oh, wait.
Okay. You launch your first Eldritch Blast. It hits the one in front. It takes the points, the damage straight to the chest, and it falls down, turning into this slick ooze, and is not moving. Your next blast, intended for the first one, keeps going past it, hits the second, also gone.
Can I
Dead.
can I, as a bonus action? Oh wait, no, Hex. No, as a free action, right? At the turn of you can use a bonus action on a subsequent turn. Never mind.
Yes.
Got you.
So next turn you can move it over.
Yeah.
If it's gonna survive.
Yes,
Which,
yes.
Don't hold your breath. Aiden.
Don't hold your breath.
Alright. I'll take the Flame Stoker staff I just got and cast Firebolt.
Alright.
That's interesting. I'm assuming that Firebolt does not use the charge on the staff, right?
No.
Okay.
This music is
That
fire.
is a natural 20.
Fuck yeah.
Much better
That-
than last time.
4d10?
That 4d10.
Boom, boom.
Okay, and then so this would also, I would be adding the gathered swarm damage. Is that part of the attack for the crit as well? Or not?
Yes. If you add that on, it'll act like a smite, so you can absolutely do that.
Okay, so 2d6 and 4d10.
Ever been smitten by a swarm of fire?
That's 18, 19, 20, 21, 25 damage.
Holy shit.
Fire damage. Sorry, that's 23 fire damage and 2 piercing damage.
You, for the very first time, take out the staff, and as you strike the ground, it sort of alights with embers all the way up. These sort of black cracks of the wooden staff just begin to alight as if from the inside it's generating its own heat. And as you do, you swing the staff forward, a firebolt goes, and it is eviscerated. That is over double what it had left.
Holy shit.
Here we go. Bum, bum, bum.
Oh, I see the crocodile.
That's very
horse
long.
now.
As that last one drops. We're going-
Is that a
Hurrah!
victory fanfare? Okay.
Yeah.
Until we walk into the next room and there's like 7 more.
Yeah.
to a much more light moment as Cassandra sits around with Flora, Fauna, and Meriwether eating croissants at breakfast. You pull out your cards after having a conversation with the 3 sisters about whichever it is that you are trying to understand. And they are going to assist with this. Here's what I'm going to ask for. I would like for you to roll. We'll say a straight charisma check, because that's your spell casting ability modifier. And they will, because they are all helping you, they will give you advantage.
Okay.
Man, I hope the trials you're about to go through aren't too stressful.
What's 16 plus 7? No, wait, you just said a straight d20. 16.
Oh no, it's your charisma, straight charisma check. So no, not a skill, not a saving throw, but a check. So what's your modifier?
7.
No, that's
No.
saving throw.
4.
4. Got it.
20!
Uh,
Dirty 20! I can do
30,
math.
20. As the 3 of you sit around, you start to lay out the cards. And what is the question that you ask?
I think I just keep it pretty general of like, are we on the right path to finding him? Because I don't know what the fuck's going on right now.
The first card you play is the image of a bird in flight, but specifically a bird in flight as it leaves through an open window that has been sort of shoved aside by this nondescript silhouette of a random woman having opened the door, the bird flying out into the sunset, symbolizing a sense of freeness, freedom of some sense. As you begin to interpret, you get the sense that this is saying that in some way, shape, or form, Yotev is already free, or free in some weird capacity. Maybe not fully free, but I don't know. Maybe you interpret this as free from this mortal coil in some capacity. Maybe he's, gone.
He's dead!
Yeah. Second card you lay down instead has an image of dark corridors, damp, invoking the thoughts of a dark place, a cavernous area, maybe cave system, maybe tunnel, maybe just a place with a bunch of halls that are deep underground. It could be a basement. The third card you play is one of an older individual, looks like to be a king or an emperor of some kind, lying in a bed, long graying beard, but he looks emaciated, he looks tired, sickly, and all family and friends around him, but in the corner stands, in a dark robe and a large scythe, an avatar of death, awaiting to take the king's life. You get the sense that Yotev is free. He is somewhere dark and cavernous, and that death looms just around the corner.
Dun, dun, dun.
Is Yotev a short king? Yeah, he is.
Yo.
And with that, we're done. That was it. I quit. I'm out.
I quit.
Good night, everybody.
Yo, shout out to all the short kings out there.
Love you.
Caleb, how tall are you?
I don't want to talk about it.
An appropriate height. I've met him in
He's like
person.
6'3".
Yeah. An appropriate height.
Not
Anyway.
considered short.
What is he shorter than you?
No. No, I've met a 5-foot person that when they try and like talk to you, seems like a small child is like tugging on your shirt. So Caleb's is fine. Caleb's good.
Yeah. I don't fully remember. I think Fragon's a little taller than me, but it wasn't by much. So anyway.
Probably taller than me.
The calm sort of sets after placing that, or the quiet sort of sets in after placing that card. And you feel a little bit of a sense of dread. You watch as Merryweather leans forward, pulling out her own set of cards, and begins to do her own reading. Because, of course, someone had to teach you. She didn't pick up on it nearly as quickly as you did when she started learning, but as she places the first card, she asks, "What is this threat that looms before?" The first card is played.
I don't
As the
care
first
what
card
this
is
music
played.
is, it goes hard.
The image you see before you is a sea of stars twinkling in the sky.
Good game.
I don't know what that's in reference to.
Sea Stars is a good game.
As you look at it, the image seems to almost move and shift on the page in front of you. You see stars begin to twinkle and die, flicker out, and meteor shower comes crashing down to Earth. The second card is pulled and placed in front. You see the image of a powerful archmage in a tower. Old, wise, and powerful, though the appearance of this individual is shrouded from your visual perspective. You can tell that this is some sort of great arcane entity. And as it moves, you get this sense, this feeling of an age-long past where magic was strongest. Time going, but weirdly, the two images merge. The stars falling outside of the tower as he gazes out, holding spellbook aloft. And the third image is not a card that you've seen before, because it's not a card that exists within your deck.
Wait,
As it's
love
placed
that.
down in front, this isn't a card placed that is in her deck either. As it's placed down, you see what appears to be a strange, pointed looking object. It has these weird juts of plateaus that stick out on it, but it's more or less round and circular, probably the size of a softball. As it sits there, it glows with a light that is beyond your understanding, beyond the understanding of the sisters. As they stare at it, it begins to shine, and it looks as though it is one of those stars that fell from the sky and crashed to Earth. It glows with this bright and brilliant radiance, and as it cracks, the tower of the Wizard's Tower before cracks as well. It twists and it falls. The images coalesce together, knitting into one cohesive scene as you watch an age long past, an age of magic, an age of great and powerful magic, the age of Arcanum. A rain of stars from the sky, and as one of them lands on the earth, the entire age shatters. You see the entire plane itself rip and tear asunder, and as it does, scars begin to appear in the outlines of the sky, creating these giant rifts, and energy begins to flood into the area around. Something breaking down, tearing at the walls of reality. And as that last card is played, it burns with this purplish fire and fades into ash and smoke, erased from the deck forever. 3 of you sit around. All three sisters, confused. They look at you. They look at it. Where the scar now is, sitting on the desk. Leans forward and speaks up first and says, I do not know where your friend is. You saw what we saw. This is otherworldly. This is I don't know what this is. This is dangerous. Your friend is in a lot of trouble. Meriwether picks up the 2 cards that she remembers being in the deck, and she stares down confused at that scorch mark on the desk. Wary of what happened there, and she says, this is the second time that we've pulled a card, and it's not been something we've seen before.
When was the first time?
She looks at you and takes a deep breath. First time was the night before we found you.
So does that mean this is good? Is it bad?
Fauna says, when we first drew a card that wasn't in the deck, it was a light, it was warmth, it was good. I don't know what this was. It was raw and powerful and dangerous. I don't think this was good, but I don't know if it was entirely bad either. It just seemed like raw power. Unfeeling, unthinking. They look at all three of them, sort of look at you with an understanding and knowledge of what it is that you know about yourself, what it is that they know about you. They say, this is important, whatever it is. You need to go. You need to find your friend. Let us help you. Aiden.
Yeah.
Quick question for you.
What's up?
What's your to hit?
Actually, quick request for you. Actually, can you roll a wisdom saving throw?
Whoa.
It's 18.
18. You feel nothing, but the hairs on the back of your neck stand up a little bit, just sort of a chill. You're not sure if it's because you just got attacked or what. But Cassandra, you watch as Fauna pulls out a crystal ball and attempts to scry on Aiden, and then it fails. She just puts it away, or puts it down, rolls it over to her sister, who then picks it up and tries again. Make another wisdom save.
Oh, Jesus.
As the three of them are gonna try to get you if they
He's
can.
too wise.
Yeah, you'd think you want to scrounge somebody less wise.
That one was a natural
They're the
one.
only other person you've met. A natural one.
That's a good point.
Great, good job.
I don't worry. I fully thought, okay, I'll just pick someone who's not very wise. I'll go with it. Kill it. Oh no, they don't know who Killian is. All right. So
Imagine
that
not
sort of
introducing
feeling goes over you again, but a image flickers to the orb in front of you. You see Killian standing in front of Yotev, or you see Aiden standing in front of Killian and Yotev, and the rest of your party, and some strange woman with blue robes in a sewer of some kind. And you hear a conversation as Killian's sort of breathing heavy. You hear this strange blue robed woman say, so you found your friend? I'm glad to meet you. She holds her hand out to you, Yotev. My name is Beauregard. You said you were in trouble. Someone was chasing you. Who and from where?
Hi, Yotev. Over there.
And kind of pointing down the tunnel.
Yotev was shackled. Smelled very musty.
And Yotev's gonna pull out the journal. And show Bo the journal.
They start like speed reading through it.
Reads as fast as she runs.
Yeah, this is the one.
She's
These are the
wise.
two things she's good at, punching and reading.
She's the kind of person that looks at a book and then just will be like, I know it. It's fine. It's eidetic.
Yeah, she's the worst. As she gets to the end of it, she sort of closes it and goes, definitely Ivory Claw. She hands that back to you in case you need it. Your friends came down here in search of information so that they could find you. I'm still looking for these elementals, this rift down here. And as she mentions rift, back with Cassandra and three sisters, Merryweather sort of looks over towards you with a bit of a concerned look. You need to go now.
Where am I going?
They look like they're underground somewhere. Grime, muck, some kind of sewer system. Hold on. I've met your friend. She rolls up her sleeves and she casts Sending. Aiden, you hear in your head, good morning. This is Merryweather. We met last night. We were just at breakfast and then had a bad reading, and where are you? You may be in danger.
Understatement of the century.
We went to the West Outer Steads to check on the infestation to try to get information on Yotev. But we found him here. We're underground at the warehouse.
Merryweather relays this to you, Cassandra, and urges you, please, for the love of God, go join your goddamn party. Anyway.
Ha ha!
Hey, Caleb.
No, I'm gonna go get more sweets at the bakery.
My tea just got here. You expect me to leave now? With that, the sending gone from your head, and you get this weird ping at that moment. A little bit of extra information that you have for the situation, but Bo is in the middle of telling Yotev the group. Your friends already know, but the group is referred to as the Ivory Claw. Etcheth is the name of their leader.
Okay.
I don't have much extra information, but I can always search for you in the Cobalt Soul. We have a lot of information and people all over the continent. Someone must have run into him at some point. We may be able to get you some extra information. She sort of says that, also kind of looking over at you, Varnax, as she says it, like, I don't know, but one of my people probably do, so I can probably get you extra information.
Thank you.
Yotev is going to look at Bo and the group and say, we have to get Yotev's belongings back. Yotev's inventions, machines. They're being sold to someone that's going to not do good things with them. We need to go. I don't know. Yotev does not know if we go back. Yotev does not know if they're sold already. And he's like clearly frustrated and just like feels like a little beside himself. Very flustered and lost.
Yotev, I would love to help you. I am currently on a bit of a mission myself. It seems like the job that your friends took up is the same one that I'm working on, but for a different purpose. I had to go find this rift. I'm sorry. If you all need to leave, I obviously can't keep you, but if you're willing to help, I could use it.
Do you think stopping this rift is a good idea?
I think we should.
Leaving a rift open sounds like a bad idea.
I know that very well, but Yotev was here. We were sent here to stop the rift. I guess it seems to me like they're too closely connected. What if the Ivory Claw needs the rift closed for some reason?
I don't know. At the very least, I need to figure out what's going on there. If I can figure out any information on it. She looks over at you, Yotev, sort of looking at your stuff. Most of your things are more or less there and working, but certain bits and pieces have been ripped out. Important pieces, important components. She sort of looks at your stuff and says, what's with those are your inventions that you mentioned, right?
Yes. Fire canisters, acid canisters, thunder gauntlets, things that are really helpful to me. Yotev is very appreciative and grateful for your assistance. But Yotev is not helpful without these tools. Yotev's shield gone, he's more vulnerable.
What kind of tools do you need?
Some kind of craftsman tool would work, at least for now. Yotev can do quick repairs, maybe get something starting to work again. They may not be as effective or refined, but they might be able to help get job done.
She kind of looks around at everyone else for a minute to see if anyone's got anything, and she sort of reaches into her bag, pulls out, and is holding a set of thieves' tools and says, I got this.
That would work swimmingly if you're willing to let me borrow.
I mean, yeah, you owe me these back, or if these break, you owe me 25 gold. But yeah,
I got an alms box and vestments.
Yotev will take the thieves' tools.
Mhm.
By the way, I'm assuming Yotev was completely robbed of all of his money that he had on him prior.
Fortunately, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, good job, Yotev. Way to take for the party.
We'll get it back
think
and
of-
then some.
Yes.
With that, she hands that over. You can start to fix some of the things. They're not weaker, but they are a little bit more volatile. They're not as safe as they normally are.
Yeah, they're a little clunky, like duct taped over almost.
Yeah, slapping duct tape on a flamethrower, certainly that'll work out well. You start to fix. It's gonna take a minute, about an hour of
time. So if you would like to take a short rest to fix up your stuff, and everyone else can.
Yeah. I Yota would like to take that time, considering he needs to probably a little unwind from, breaking out of being kidnapped and then having to immediately fight not only a giant crocodile, but then 2.5 plasmoids.
So if everyone would like to go ahead and take a short rest, and in the middle of that short rest, hey Cassandra, what are you doing?
I'm telling everybody goodbye. I'm running to my friend.
Fuck yes. Okay. So, in the meantime, while you're taking your short rest and Cassandra is rushing over,
That part, it's fine.
Yotev, you are finally free and back with everyone. They seemingly were on their way to find you. Picked up a job from some shady fuck to come find you.
Some shady fuck. It'd be
And
funny.
we ran into some other shady fuck that's a badass.
Yeah. Also, it would be awesome if Yotev's stuff now has to roll in the wild magic table. Kind of like what is it?
Oh.
Ailerine does because of it's kind of not perfected.
What I'll not, because I don't want to punish Ryan too hard for something that he left for out of his control, right?
But so is it going to be like Ron Weasley's, wand? Is that what Fragon's talking
Ryan,
about?
With your consent, would you be all right if you rolled a natural 1 for fun shit to happen?
Let the chaos begin.
Dude,
Oh my god.
It's actually
Look, Yotev is a chaotic neutral character, so
I will tell you that Ailerine cannot get drunk, I think, for another 80 days. Like, it's pretty wild.
Yeah, he keeps rolling that one. And our days take months to resolve. So.
Yeah. And we don't go out drinking, so really, he's just immune to being drunk all the time.
Forever. For the rest of his life.
Basically.
it's a poison immunity.
You all take your hour, you get your short rest in, you heal up a little bit, and as you do,
Someone who has never been this dirty in their lives is now in this sewer.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, she's probably not very happy about it.
And also a cat.
Are we gonna are we getting ready
Right,
to
I
call
can
it
just
here?
fly. I'm not gonna touch the ground. Are
we
you
are,
kidding me?
yes.
Fuck that.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not touching the ground at all.
Hey, I'm freezing.
I'm smelling fine. I'm
As
not gonna
you-
touch
Yeah, I'm tired.
As you make your way down and into the tunnels, you see that everyone else is around, including Yotev. Somehow, miraculously, making his way through this ordeal that he's been in, has been found and recovered in the city of Zadash, where you didn't even think he would probably end up. But as you find your way back to everyone else, there's also this strange woman with them. And for the sake of brevity, I mean, we only got 12 minutes left, so we'll go ahead and call it here and pick up with this next week.
Can I tackle Yotev?
Absolutely.
Just scream Yotev as I'm teeny tiny and just wrap my arms around your neck. That's what I do. You get attacked by me and the cat. Done.
Yotev, a mosquito slams into your neck.
I got it. 1 sec. Eldritch Blast.
Yeah, we're gonna try to baseball swing with the new mall.
So much friendly fire.
We just got attacked in the sewers. We don't know what's down here.
Friendly fire. Hey, to be fair, Snooky, friendly fire would mean that the friend would need to be here for the fight. So
And as she zips in, I'll just say to Bo, "See, Faye bullshit."
Kind of nods and says, "Yeah, I've dealt with a lot of that shit."
Fucking fairies, bastards.
They were the best of friends.
This was a great session.
If you ever meet a guy with like long curly orange hair and massive eyebrows, just don't trust that man. Not as far as you can
punch him in the face.
I wouldn't recommend it, I don't think. I don't know how powerful he actually is. He's somewhere between Archfey and God. It's weird.
And God.
Anyway. That we'll go ahead and call here.
Crush him like a little ferret. It's okay.
I mean, first and foremost, welcome back, Ryan. So
Yes.
happy.
Thank you.
Way
for
to
having
come
me
back, buddy. Way to come back.
Thank you.
Yeah. Way to come back and pull your own getting back too.
Yeah.
Took a minute and needed to get some bad
God.
rolls out, but you got there.
Yeah.
And we'll go ahead and sound off real quick. Starting with Lady B.
I'm Lady Brittany. I stream on Twitch most days, starting at roughly noon EST. I play almost solely Palia, and if not, it's some other comfy, cozy vibe, chill game. I'm making a board game and a video game. I'm very excited, very nervous, very hyped. Should be debuting that Saturday, I think, is the plan. So yeah, twitch.tv/lady_Brittany is where you can find me, or Lady Brittany on every social media. Husband is the name.
I'm Michael. I'm the husband. I play Aiden in this campaign, and I am not on any of the other social medias, but I'm on this stream on Sundays.
Ryan, because Ryan's back.
Hi. My name is Ryan, researcher Ryan. This is my cat Sagan, who is spinning, and she just meowed. I play Yotev Ironsnarf, who is now officially back. This poor old goblin goes through so much shit every single week, and I feel so bad for him, but I love him to death. I haven't been anywhere really in a while. I probably won't be anywhere in a while except for here. But if you would like to help the prevention of Ryan's going homeless and not eating funds, you can check out my Twitter account. I have a Ko-Fi there. That's really about it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Me? I'm OEF5. I'm the real life father of Brittany and the father-in-law to Aiden there. I do stream on Twitch at OEF5. My last stream was a couple of weeks ago, and I live streamed fishing from a kayak, and I will be going back to Gunnersville, Alabama Tuesday, and there may be some live streams of cooking or just hanging out by a fire. If you're into that kind of thing, that's what I do. Thanks.
Hey, I'm Step Freak. I play Killian Rockwell, and I am actually a real life dragon. This is just a green screen. Don't worry about it. But I do stream over on Twitch at Step Freak. I'm also on YouTube, Step Freak Plays, and on Twitter at Step Freak.
I should have actually filtered you out. Actually,
Did you have that green screen there the whole time?
Yeah, 100% I did. I'm Fragmenwagon. I stream on twitch.tv /Fragmenwagon. We do mostly GBL, Pokemon Go stuff. We just did a charity for all of October. I left for Disney before I calculated the total, so I'll need to do that and put it in the Discord. Or follow me on Twitter and x.com /thefragmenwagon. Or here, if you want to watch D&D stuff. That's always fun. Snoogie.
Hi. I play everyone else. I am not on the internet, except for here. So...
And
don't worry
Matt's.
about it. And Matt's. Matt is a good friend of ours who runs D&D on Wednesdays. If you want to watch more D&D and like Fraggin for some reason, or whatever, you can watch us play on Empoleon Dynamite stream on Wednesday nights on Twitch.
It's weird, most people
That's
do.
it. That's all I got.
Yeah. Alright, thanks guys. Bye!
Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to end this.
Rookie.
End. Done.
I love that gets caught.